Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show today. I really need to get myself a corgi to deal with those damn cats. But nevertheless, happy to have you here. Of course, we're doing Lord of the Rings today, which is pretty awesome because it's a wealth of choice for our artists. That's for damn sure. There's so many things they can do. I almost wanted to just call this Tolkien today. Probably should have. Let them draw anything they want, especially with the upcoming Amazon series. That's I'm not sure when that's dropping. Anybody know when that's coming?
September something.
September
22.
All right, there we go. And we were talking about that before the show, and hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. We got our fingers crossed because it could be epic. I mean, if they really went out with it, it would be really neat. But nevertheless, let me sit here and say hello to everybody. Of course, first person I got to say hello to is Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Chester.
Oh, you
For
sound
you
chipper.
today.
I'm good, dude.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. I'm always happy when Jeff is chipper. Now, I'm good, and I'm over here on the channel, and I'm hitting that like button, and I'm sharing as well. Yeah.
I don't share, Chester. I was voted most likely to push kids off the slide.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I got in trouble for that one time, actually. Well, he was a bully, and I pushed him off the monkey bars, and he broke a tooth for life. It was an adult one.
Of course, Chester was 33 at the time.
No, just chipped his tooth. But he and I were enemies forever until in high school when he died in a boating accident. It was tragic.
It is tragic. You started it off by breaking his teeth, and then he died in a boat.
No, he was a dickhead. He deserved
Now you
that
own
broken
his
tooth.
boat.
No. I was justified. Yeah.
Was it a boating accident or a boating accident?
He stole my bicycle.
Was it a Natalie Woods accident?
Maybe.
Accidentally ran over his
on this boat?
Yeah, I was about to say it was a freak yacht accident.
Yeah, no one gets those
run
references.
over by-
You realize they're way too young, guys.
Never go on a boat if you die from heart to heart. That's all I know.
That's true. That is true. Anyway,
Did we get the license plate
I'll be
on
right
that
back.
yacht?
What's his name? Number 2? What's his real name? Robert something, right?
Robert Wagner?
Lost
Wagner.
rabbit.
Robert
No.
Wagner. Yeah. Never go on a boat with Robert Wagner.
Hey, we got Rosa in here. She's digging in the dirt. Uh-oh.
Can you hear me? Am I live here?
You
Yep.
are, and you're making digging sounds, which is very disconcerting.
Yes. I've got a brand new setup, and I'm really scared because I'm afraid of what I'm going to look like on here. I've got cameras and cool stuff, and my cat is in here, and she's making noises. So we're going to see if this works or not. I may have to mute while I'm digging stuff out, but I'm here.
Don't worry about it.
Don't be afraid. You couldn't look any worse than Chester.
That's fair.
Yes, I could.
Yes, an extremely handsome middle-aged man. Yeah, you couldn't do worse than that. That's true. But we got Lily over here. We got Kima. Hi, Kima. She's watching today. Okay. We got Jay Garcia, and he says, "Hey, it's Neoscene. I have a really bad head cold. I should be back next week." Well, okay. Well, thanks for letting us know, dude, and doxing yourself. That's always good. Yeah. So but I don't really care about doxing. I am automatically doxed. Hi, Eric.
Oh, they're like the cutest dogs ever. Who doesn't like wiener
docking?
You know, the funny thing is, when I first started doing this channel, many of the guys said, "Is it your real name? Who in the hell would create Chester C. Busby III? I mean, Jesus."
That's true. It's true.
That sounds cool to me. I'm sorry. It sounds like some sort of like guy that would own a mountain and yacht.
That's right.
Reminds me of a PlayStation cat.
Yeah,
And Chester Busby III. I own a mountain and a yacht.
There you go. That's perfect.
I am trying to remember. Is that from a Bullwinkle episode? I swear to you, it's from a Bullwinkle.
No,
Bugs Bunny.
I think it's Bugs Bunny. Yeah.
It's Bugs Bunny. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna go look it up.
Elmer Fudd, to be specific.
Let's
Well,
see.
there you go.
Kima says that lol, she hates Lord of the Rings, so she won't be drawing. Well, you're weird.
And you're banned for life.
What specifically does Kima like?
I don't know. Yeah.
Lose of the Rings.
If it's not Lord of the Rings, then
to be fair, some people might not like fantasy. It's fine.
I'm not a huge fantasy fan as such, but I love Lord of the Rings.
She is a Canadian, so it may have something to do with that.
Well, I think the cold numbs their brain.
Orcs are way too close to home, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, they have Lord of the Mounties up there.
That's true. And did you see that?
What's this ring of beeps?
Speaking of Canada, Russia is, they're going to conquer and take Ukraine. And the only country that decided to go to Ukraine's aid is Canada. They're screwed, dude. Anyway, send the Mounties. Storyteller says, "Hey everybody, I'm not able to participate, but I'm glad you're doing
Dudley Durite of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police."
Yes, that's right. Perfect.
Storyteller. I don't know who these people are.
Oh, they've all been in here. Glad you guys coming on, chatting with us. Keep in mind, we are doing a draw along, of course, as we always do. Just drop that either on the Twitter at #DNQFE or drop it in the Discord. I'm sure Rabbit will drop that link. And if you guys aren't in the Discord, please please do so.
I'll do it.
More the merrier. We got Zach in here. Hey, how you doing? Zach Richmond. He says, "Good evening, y'all." Oh, it's very southern of you. Russia is also trying to take over Kazakhstan. Well, that's a long conversation I'm not going to get into today, Storyteller, because we're doing art. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we come to that time, Jeff. Jeff, are you ready? Are you ready?
Am I ready? I was born ready.
Well, then, sir, ready all over them, please, because it's time.
Wow, that sounds obscene. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
No. Yes.
Ready.
Okay, well, too bad. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, God.
Darn it.
Oh, Chester, did you see my Cthulhu Zoidberg that I did last night on Mike's show?
No, I don't see anything other than when you guys see me. That's when I'm on the internet.
I posted it.
Other than that.
It's on the Discord. Go and have a look.
Okay, I'll go look.
Dude, it was so good. It came out so good.
Yeah, it was
I don't really know what a Zoidberg is.
It's from Futurama.
I never watched that. Yeah.
Oh well, you'd see it as probably more of a mind flayer then, because Armoron said it looked like a mind flayer.
I'm looking. Where did you put it?
Where did I put it? Hang on, I'll find it, or I won't. I put it in Promo and Critique. Yeah, Promo and Critique, and then just scroll up a bit. You'll see it because it's pink and got tentacles for a face.
You said Critique what?
Promo and Critique, the channel.
Odd. Oh, there.
I don't know.
I got
art
it.
channel.
Okay, all right. Okay, I found that. I didn't know that existed. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff on here from like a year ago. Perfect. I guess someone dropped a comic in here. That's good though. Oh look, it's an illithid.
Yeah. See.
Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff. Whoa, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
I gotta go way down to find. Oh, there it is. Nice.
I didn't know Futurama had such cool art.
Well, he looks like a dude.
Well, not really.
I'm the only one that did something serious. I thought it'd be creepy if I did it like that.
Oh, fair enough. But of course, we are doing Lord of the Rings today. I've got some pictures to show. Look at those striking blue eyes on old Frodo there.
Have a look at mine before I start drawing.
So
I'm going to close them all.
Yeah, no, I'm going to come over in a second. I'm just showing some Lord of the Rings art. We got a really nice Gandalf. I like this picture. I thought it was cool. I think it's a picture. Pretty sure it's a picture. Yeah, looks great. Of course, we have a good Gollum scene. The thing about Lord of the Rings, even though it was 20 years ago almost, it still stands up, man. It still looks great.
Some of it is awful. There's a couple scenes in the first one that are just man.
Yeah.
Like there's like the weird like 90s slow-mo a couple times.
Like, there's one really bad CGI bit. The bit when they're running away from the Balrog and they do the stairs bit falling over, that's really bad CGI in that as well.
But when they go across the bridge is CGI and you can't tell at all.
Yeah, that's it. It's really weird because some of it's really good. Most of it holds out. There's just a couple of little tiny bits. That's it.
I think it's because how they filmed it. It was probably
the other one where they had Legolas fighting the troll. or down in was it Helm's Deep? Where they're fighting the troll and Legolas and Moria. And you could kind of tell it was CGI. It wasn't really that good.
Or when Legolas gets on the horse and he kind of like Gumby's around.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
This shows you how many times these people have watched this movie.
Things that annoy me is, when like Bilbo gets on the boat at the end and you could tell it's a little kid in a big white wig. that makes me laugh.
But some of the things too that were
not
really
a
great
kid,
about
it's
that
the
movie.
world's smallest actor.
One of the great things about that was the casting. There was brilliant casting in that. And Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn.
He was freaking amazing.
Epic, dude.
Yeah, he was amazing.
But it was a loss because it just meant that the greatest actor of all turned it down.
I liked.
Oh God!
It was meant to be Nicolas Cage, and he turned it down.
Can you imagine?
That would have been wrong, dude.
That would have failed epically.
He turned it down because he's like, no, I want to watch the movie, so I don't want to be in it.
Good on him. Can you
get on him for that, right? Storyteller says, I'm not looking forward to the Amazon Atrocity, show. Well, we do need to give it a chance, because
citation needed.
Yeah, no, I understand some of the comments they've made, but that's kind of what Hollywood does, man. So we have to wait and see. Because a lot of these
there
things
were very ambiguous comments that people blew out of proportion too. Yeah.
Because it would be.
They're like, oh, they have an intimacy coordinator. It's like, yeah, you have to have that anytime people hold hands.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying
it would
be the most foolish thing to turn that into some weird woke sex crap. It would be dumb. They have an opportunity.
They're not allowed to.
Yeah, no, well, they have an opportunity to make something truly epic, and I bet you
they have the money as well.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Into it. Yeah. So, I mean, it could be good. Like I say, we won't know until it comes out.
Well, they could have made the Wheel of Time epic too, which the Wheel of Time series is as big.
They screwed that up.
Lord of
the Rings. I mean, I've never heard of it before.
They
they released that. They didn't so much make it, so it's not the two series have nothing to do with each other.
I didn't know that I didn't realize that.
Other than being on the same platform,
it is. It is epically bad though. Arwen here I thought was pretty interesting in the movie though. Because it's Steven Tyler's daughter, for frick's sake, man. I mean, but she was okay.
The human cow lady. Yeah, she gave Aragorn a case of the not gays.
Yeah, she did. She most certainly
That was her purpose.
That was her purpose. But Liv is a pretty girl. Let's be fair.
Yeah, and she's kind of also a very understated actress.
Is that how we're going with it? All right.
No, I mean she is. She's kind of like she's not you call like a real powerful. She's not like a real powerful presence, but it works well with those two together. So they had a certain amount of chemistry, and I thought she did the part very well.
Mm-hmm.
No,
she was better than I thought.
Pulled it
when
off.
I saw the trailer, I thought she was going to be shit, but yeah, she wasn't.
Yeah, she did. I was surprised too. And then, of course, you had some other great actresses in there as well. Who was that?
The
lady who played Galadriel. Who was that?
Yeah. Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett. Kate Blanchett.
Can you hear me? Are you ignoring
me? No, we can hear you, dude. We can hear you. No, she was really good in that. She was. She did a great job.
She was awesome.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. Everybody can be heard.
I think Chester's just ignoring us.
I'm showing pictures to the folks.
I've only just started drawing.
I
was waiting, but...
No, you guys
Kate
go.
Blanchett.
I'll come over in a second.
Yeah. I mean, Kate Blanchett's one of those actresses who can like... have you ever seen the two Elizabeth movies she did?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, she's pretty much good in everything, right?
Yeah,
she's really good.
Even what was the cop movie with Simon Pegg?
Hot Fuzz?
She's in one of those. Hot Fuzz.
She's great in Hot Fuzz.
Oh, Jesus.
Hot Fuzz is just good generally.
She was in Hot Fuzz?
It's one of my favorite films.
Her eyes are in it. She plays the ex-girlfriend that you only see like in a surgical mask and hat.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not Janine.
Let's go over here and start looking at this art here. So we got Andrew in here, our AFLM. Everyone has to be initialized now, and he's doing a Balrog. So cool.
We're starting with a Balrog.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, and we're going to see some stuff in there.
I'm being dumb and attempting another multi-character piece. So we'll see.
You got 2 hours. That's plenty of time. Unless you're Eric, but Eric has learned. Eric has grown on the show. That is true, haven't you, Eric?
Yes, very much so. All thanks to Chester's tutelage.
That's right.
He's a big boy.
That's right. That's a big word too. But of course,
some words.
In the Tolkien verse, Balrog, of course, is a fallen angel.
How much did Chester pay to say that?
Hey now.
Ride on a yacht.
Did he give you a piece of his mountain? A couple of stones right off his mountain?
I'm telling you what, when the remodeling's done or put her in the water next spring, it's got to be cherry, dude.
But we all look forward to having
one part of my mountain
boat parties in the middle of the ocean.
There you go. Yeah. You put 20 people on that boat pretty easy, I'd say.
Yeah, D&Q. And you've got it done on the boat. We'll do it on the boat. As long as you don't get seasick.
Eric is doing a war horse. That's a cool choice.
If you could do Rohan, that'd be cool.
That's the wrong movie.
Well, it's certainly not the pony. And I can tell you.
They might be doing Shadowfax. We'll see, I suppose.
Is he doing Bill? Bill's the best character of the whole book.
No, he's doing
Shadowfax. It's very forgotten in the freaking movies. But then Glorfindel, I was going to do Glorfindel.
Yeah, to be fair with Peter Jackson,
who even knows it unless you've read the books?
You can't put everything in there, but he did a really good. That's a great adaptation.
Glorfindel would have been easy to put in there.
Yeah, they turned him into. Well, they can't just. Glorfindel shows up in the book for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's a cameo, and he leaves.
He just like Awen, and in the animated movie, Legolas is that character. So they changed everything, but.
C-3PO Legolas.
Oh, Frodo!
Oh, yeah, Frodo.
Yeah, the Bakshi movie. It looks like. It looks like Legolas has a face twitch or something like that. It's just really weird looking.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the Orlando Bloom effect?
Well, I mean, of course he's in there for the ladies stuff. Now. Come on, but I thought he was fine. I didn't mind Orlando at all. I thought he sold Legolas really well.
You didn't.
I was talking about the Bakshi movies. I've never seen the Bakshi movie.
Yeah, but actually Legolas was creepy.
Well, his
I think it was C-3PO in tights. What are you going to get? Yeah, in a ballet outfit.
Gabby's going traditional again. Nice.
Pirouette.
Pirouette, R2. Pirouette. Oh.
Was Sean Connery supposed to be Gandalf or Saruman?
Yes.
I'm never going to unhear that now.
He was supposed to be Gandalf, and he turned it down.
Who's that?
The Bakshi one there. That was cool.
Oh yeah, because he's like, I don't understand it. It's weird.
Oh, Connery, Sean Connery as Gandalf.
Weird shit.
Ooh, I don't know that. I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
Gandalf, you've been smoking the weed.
Horrible. I think it helped to have a guy who was kind of softer in that part, though.
Yeah, I do too. I think Connery would have been great as the protector of. Damn it, my brain. White. Damn it. The big.
I'm a doctor.
The human city. What was the name of that? White something.
The White City.
The White City. But the White City. That crazy king up in there. I think that guy did a great job.
Ministereth.
Minister. Thank you. Oh, thank God. All right. I think Connery should have killed that.
I'm here eating my cherry tomato, you bastard! Leave me alone.
It would have been different, but it would have been creepy.
Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage would have been a rock reunion. That would have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! It would have been the greatest movie of all time.
Well, Nicolas Cage should have been a Hobbit. I mean, that would have been freaking epic, dude.
I'm glad he's nowhere near the movie.
I mean, him as Aragorn.
I love Nick Cage.
He would have been the
my
right height
gosh.
for those giant swords, at least.
Fair. Yeah.
You know,
I'm
you could have
looking
told
at
me him
Rabbit.
as an orc.
He's working on some
Oh, he could have been
strange
an orc.
sepia
Yeah, me.
washi background.
There you go.
Oh, Gimli. Very nice, dude.
And there you go.
Oh, look at that. Right on model, dude. That is a great
Where'd
Gadriel.
my tape go?
You know,
I cheat and just hand that in.
the second series, The Hobbit, shouldn't have been 3 movies. We all agree. But I did enjoy the council's actions and screen time. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and that was the one nice thing about those Hobbit movies is they pulled bits of the Silmarillion.
It did
right out of that and integrated them in because it happened during that time.
And we learned that Elrond was like a chubster in his younger days.
I find it so. I was going to do Elrond today from the movie, and every time I find a screenshot or any kind of reference, I'm just like, it's Agent Smith, and I can't get it out of my head. It's just all I see when I see
Welcome,
it. I loved him as Elrond, but
he was making so much money in the early 2000s. Holy crap!
Yeah, I hope he invested it.
I kind of doubt it. Knowing all these people, I don't think they did.
They do.
They're probably like blood on blind women and songs.
Judging by the Hobbit movie.
Yeah. He's my least. I think he's good as Elrond. He just doesn't look right. I don't buy him as an elf for a second. Yeah.
Well, he's supposed to be half elf.
Yeah, no, he is. He is
oh yeah,
well,
so it kind of works. When he's older.
Yes and no. He is an elf. And he and his brother were given choice, and his brother chose to become a human, and he chose to become an elf. So he is actually made a full elf. Although
he's
he
called
started
Elrond
as a
half elven.
I'm just saying that's
still
how it worked out.
Elf?
So he's actually is a full-blooded elf.
Yeah.
Welcome to Rivendell, Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
I couldn't get that out of my head, dude. I couldn't get it out of my head.
Mr.
The whole time I'm like, God, where's Keanu? Where's Keanu?
Oh, Mr. Baggins. Dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. The first thing I saw him in, I think, was Sailor Queen of the Desert he was in.
Dude, it's a ring.
Remember that movie?
Oh, no. Well, I'm sorry, what was that saying again?
Yeah, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I think that's the first thing I remember seeing him in.
Mm-hmm.
It was great in it. That movie was fantastic, actually.
I didn't recognize him in Matrix, that's for sure.
Oh, no.
That blew my mind that it was the same person.
Keanu Reeves or?
Agent Smith.
Oh, that guy.
In Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. He played a drag queen.
Yeah, was that the one that had like Wesley Snipes and Patrick Swayze?
No, that was like kind of the American ripoff of it.
That was something about Julie Newmar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tu Wong Fu.
Thank you, Tu Wong Fu.
Yeah.
Julie Newmar.
That was weird. Why did we need that film? And the sad thing is my wife loves that film.
The original,
because Wesley Snipes was like, I want to do a movie where I'm in drag.
It probably, dude. But the thing is, John Leguizamo, who's done some really good things, my wife doesn't even know his name. She just calls him Chi-Chi.
Well, yeah, he kind of is that character, isn't he?
I suppose, especially now. He's lost his damn mind. He's become all nationalistic. Oh, well.
I've never thought Leguizamo, whatever his name is.
Leguizamo
was a very good actor. I think he was a ham actor.
Dude, he's got his moments though. He's got his moments. He's the best thing in that Spawn movie, dude.
Yeah, Spawn's the best thing he's ever done, really.
That and the guy in John Wick. That and the car repair guy in
John
Wick.
The Chop Shop in John Wick.
Yeah,
Chop Shop.
But if you watch his old stand-up, he was funny.
I remember him as Luigi also, but who cares?
Luigi, he was Luigi. You're right. Yeah.
You're kidding me. John Leguizamo was Luigi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Rob Hoskins as Mario.
Mario Brothers.
I've lost a whole decade of my life. I didn't even see that movie. I don't.
You need to go watch
you actually gained a
decade
decade by not seeing that movie.
That is a beautiful disaster. Is what that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
I
that.
saw
That would be a decade you could never get back.
It's good for kids. I watched when I was a kid and I enjoyed it. I mean, now I look at it.
I saw it as a kid too, but I was very critical. I was like, "This is not Mario."
Yeah,
Oh
that's
no, it
true,
wasn't
it
Mario,
wasn't.
but I
The
love Bob
bomb!
Hoskins. That's the trouble.
The
Bob
bomb!
Hoskins is
Blade
epic.
Runner Mario.
Yeah,
Mario is not a short Englishman.
That's so good. So many good actors in it as well. That was a weird thing about it.
Yeah,
those
It was quite a
Goombas.
high budget
Guinness
picture, wasn't it? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It had great
It was
actors in
great.
it, but the movie was atrocious.
Well, because it's one of those movies. It's like, hey, kids love this. You can get any actor that has kids or grandkids is going to do the movie just to impress their children.
Well,
That's true.
Bob Hoskins didn't even know during the filming of the movie that Mario was a video game character,
Yeah,
and
makes
then
sense.
his I think it was his grandson or grandkid was playing the game, and he was like, "What is this?" And he's like, "Oh, it's Mario." And he's like, "What?" And that's when he discovered that the movie he was in was based off of a video game.
Bloody hell! It doesn't look anything like me.
One of the biggest video games of all time, and he didn't know what it was. My God. Oh well, that's
And
life.
it's kind of a
But
shame
of
because
course,
that's one of the only movies that cashed in like in a timely manner, and it was just failed.
yeah, no, I mean it's not a great flick, but I agree,
No.
kids probably like it, but it's canonically wrong because Luigi gets Peach, and we all know that Mario gets the Peach.
Oh, no, that's true. Yeah, Luigi's not going to like run with him. That's his
Well,
brother's fault.
Daisy wasn't a thing yet in the Mario universe.
No, I was gonna say it was Peach, wasn't it?
They called her Daisy
I'm wrong?
though, yeah, but it was supposed to be Peach, right?
That's what I thought. Anyway,
She was a lizard woman. That's all I know.
You know the
It's not-
teaches of
not-
peaches.
She's not a good ape person like us.
You know, yeah, that's true.
No,
But to be fair here, I'm not sure what Rabbit is doing is doing a Klingon.
you'll see when I get there. All right,
There's
or
definitely a
I will
Klingon.
quit and just don't have to care. I don't
Fair
have
enough,
to care
fair
that
enough.
much. do I?
What's
Really?
up with this this washy sepia washia background that you're doing here? What's up with that?
Well, that's a canvas background. Like
Is
a
that what
proper
it's supposed to be?
washed
Canvas? Oh, okay.
That's
I thought it was in
called
the 1800s.
paper. This thing we draw on.
Well, it looks like Japanese washi is what it looks like.
What's this pretentious crap you call paper?
Yes.
Which is the word for paper?
No. It's a type of paper. Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Rosa.
Yes, sir.
You are not displaying. If you could do me a favor and drop
I know.
out and come back in, please.
Yeah, let me do that. Let me see if I can get rid of myself here.
Thank you.
Farewell, world.
Connection.
Goodbye.
Don't leave us. No, don't go.
No, don't go. Okay, all right, fine. See if I can get out of here now. I'm like, wait.
There she
See, I don't know if I was a weirdo, but I did not recognize that movie as a Mario movie. I was like, what is this? This is actually kind of creepy.
Really?
Ew.
Well, it wasn't really a Mario movie, to be fair.
It was weird.
But, I
I mean,
mean,
I've
what do
seen
you-
a lot of weird stuff.
Well, the thing is, what are you going to do with it, though? How are you going to make a movie out of Super Mario Brothers? I mean, come on.
You can
That
only
was the
really
thing.
make
They were
Well,
trying to make it into a
They're
real
going
movie.
to try to make one
Yeah.
now. That's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, Chris Pratt is our new Italian.
Well, yeah, but that's an
Yeah, yeah.
animated one, though, right?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, who cares then? I want to see Chris Pratt in a mustache, looking like cheap Burt Reynolds.
It's me,
Hey,
Mario.
it's me, Chris Pratt.
It started a joke now. They're like, yeah, Chris Pratt is going to be cast as everything.
Mm-hmm.
He is a likable dude.
He's the
Oh,
Michael B.
Chris-
Jordan of white people.
Yeah, he's like a human Charlie Brown.
Well, it was like in
Chris-
the
Oh my gosh.
it was like in the 90s when Will Smith was being cast and everything.
There you are, Rosa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in their defense.
Yeah,
you
there
know,
you go, Rosa. Looks good.
You ride that
Clear.
horse. You
Very
ride that
nice.
horse when it's there.
Thank you. Let's see what I'm doing. Absolutely nothing. I haven't even started yet. I've been busy playing with the camera trying to get it to work. So
That's fine. I think
So
you'll
look
be
at my-
fine.
Well, that's
That's all right.
Look
I
at my
started 10
sweet-
minutes ago.
this is my favorite thing in the world is my little sharpener. So I get to show off my physical media. Now that's what it's called. Is that right?
Sure. Yeah.
Are we married to the movie? Do we have to do just the movie, or can
No.
we
Totally
No,
fine.
no,
whatever?
no.
Anything's fine. Yeah.
It's anything.
Okay, cool.
Anything Tolkien, really. You can do The Hobbit, you can do Silmarillion.
Like I said, you do realize that I'm not any good. This is a display of futility, pretty much. I'm going to draw a stick figure. I'm going to call it
Oh, I don't
something.
hear her.
Okay.
You talking?
Yeah. We've seen your art. We know that's bullshit.
I tried twice to get people to appreciate my Spidey in a dumpster with cats on fire.
Yes, we saw.
Nobody loved it.
Yeah,
I remember you
because
pulled out and Mike didn't know what it was. He was confused. I remember.
I know. I was like, I felt it was perfectly like it was the allegory of the whole Spidey thing. It just becomes this devolving into a dumpster fire with cats. And I was like, I did this thing, and nobody loved me.
you were
and so I cried.
You were trying to make
I
a
got over
meta
it.
commentary. I get it. You don't want to
Yes,
do that
I
with
was.
Mike. He doesn't catch those
And
things.
nobody loved me.
In Mike's defense, he's generally confused.
That's
so.
true.
Generally, yes.
That's all right.
It is
That's
right.
That's
That's
his ways.
We still love
Now
you.
I'm too nervous to draw. I've never drawn on camera before. I'm just gonna play with my pencils and sharpen stuff. There we go.
There you go.
Generally found get drunk, and that was what my drawing on
Trying to
camera.
get sexy. Like,
Yes, that was alcohol was your excuse. Yes, that's fair.
Yeah, it still is.
It's the ultimate excuse.
That is funny, Andrew. I like it, dude.
See if I can get his fucking
Thanks.
face right.
I was trying to think of a name all day long of what I would name this version of Gandalf, and I think I finally came up with one, and it's Gandalf the Way, because people who work out eat whey or do whey for protein powder, so he's Gandalf the Way.
Wow, I get it. That's a little deep, though. You have to explain your meaning.
He knows the way.
I mean,
Seems like
it's,
more
all,
like a
all the
Jesus
people who
film.
watch the show who do workout routines are laughing hysterically.
No, I mean I
You
take
think anyone who
they
watches
are.
this has ever worked?
All two of us.
I'll call my son and see what he thinks. He's one of them people.
Way.
Wait,
I have to say though, the boy
No way.
came back for the holidays here because he's been doing bodybuilding for a year or so, year and a half, and he has thickened out a lot. I was surprised.
Did he chest at the 4th and 5th?
No, I didn't. I didn't put that burden upon him. Yeah.
Oh,
No, he's set.
Does he have a yacht yet?
He will though. I mean, geez.
Nice.
I went to
yacht?
college for anthropology, and I went and got all my stuff, and he's got it for engineering, so he'll outpace me for damn sure.
Oh,
starting with the
good
skater, right?
field to
He's
get
only
into.
he's only got like a 120 footer. It's a small yacht.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nothing to speak about.
Only one
Doesn't even have much of a crew.
No, just 10. Yeah. But the boy has never been interested in my boating. To be honest with you, he placates.
he doesn't even like motorboating.
He doesn't like little hats.
He
my God.
he just placates daddy. That's what he does. I'm like, okay, cool, fine.
Do you tell them we make fun of you all the time? You have friends that just make fun of you constantly about your boat and stuff.
No. I leave my family and employees out of this life, dude.
These kids probably
That's
assume
probably
that
good.
already.
And besides, they're not American, and we're always busting each other's balls. I mean, it's what Americans do.
Oh,
Japanese don't
yeah.
do that, dude. They wouldn't get it. They would be insulted, right?
I can sort of relate because Thai people aren't as serious as the Japanese. They're a little bit more laid back. But sarcasm is like, excuse me?
Yeah, well, but also the Thai can be sexy as hell, and Japanese don't even know what the word is. So there is a difference. Let's be fair.
Oh. I mean,
But
do you
it's
talk to
true.
your wife like that?
I know that's why he doesn't tell anybody about the show because they don't get to hear it.
Oh, they know I do a show. I'm sure they've listened from time to time, I guess. But I just really keep those things separate. Like I said, they wouldn't understand. My son maybe a little bit, But it's just how we are, right? It's all right. We're just goofing around playing with each other. It's no big deal. But my children are very serious people, though. That is fair. But you know, my daughter's a chemist and my son's an engineer, so I guess it comes with the territory, I suppose.
Shit, they're gonna have bigger yachts than you.
They will.
Yeah.
They will. Yeah. The good thing for Daddy is I'm getting close to where I don't have to support them anymore. My daughter, I still cover some of her bills, but not much. And my son, of course, still at university, but I'm assuming I'll probably be out from that burden pretty quickly.
Nice. Is he a nautical engineer?
No, he's
He-
actually
he's
more
gonna
of a
build his
more of a chemist, actually.
Oh,
He
really?
has it out for your mountain.
Well, they'll inherit it. So
Gosh, that's
Sex mountain.
Something to look at, Will, innit? What are you gonna do when your dad dies? I'm gonna get a mountain.
the sex
Hey,
castle right in the
I'd say-
middle of it.
And a sex
That's a-
castle, yeah.
it is
That's
a
exactly how
shrine,
we'll say it too.
and it is several hundred years old, and it is to fertility, not sex. You bastards!
Same thing.
It's a ring wraith. Ooh, nice, Eric. It is epic, dude.
Not just any ring wraith.
Witch King.
It's the Witch King.
Carl.
Yeah, that's cool, dude.
Carl.
Seriously.
Actually, Elrod, I like this elf. This is what I always had in mind when I was reading Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. That's an elf.
An elf that could kill you.
Well, I mean, that feels like an elf to me. I mean, I understand we got humans in a live action film, so what are you gonna do? But that they should be they're humanoid, but they're alien. They're not like us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you captured that really well.
Man, what's Aragorn into?
Eric is doing the Witch King, and Elrod is doing Legolas, I guess.
Aragorn, because if he's like into like weird looking people, like
Eric Horn.
Oh, I get it.
Eric
Okay.
Horn. Hey,
Hey.
Why don't you do a Lady Gandalf and call it Grandolph?
Ooh,
ooh,
that's perfect. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's just terrible enough to work.
I'm calling it for the Amazon series. It's gonna be a Grandolph.
Oh well, you know, I think we're all curious to see what they do swap. I have a feeling it's impossible for us to not see something swapped. It would be dumb.
Well,
they should do it straight.
they-
But
They said one of the highlights is they're going to be following Aragorn's sister, and it's like I
Aragorn
don't
had a
even think
sister?
that there
Where did
is
we
a
hear
sister.
this? What
I-
YouTuber said this with insider
No, it
information?
wasn't a YouTuber. It was some. It
Well-
was I can't remember where I read it.
well,
but
you do realize that
they might-
with what they're doing with Numenor, there's no way that the Duodyne haven't even come into existence yet. They're the
Right.
they're the Atlanteans escaping the disaster and what they become the Duodyne. There's no way that in that time frame there should be any reference to Aragorn at all.
No, there won't be.
Yeah.
Because it would go. It's if it's not in the book, they can't do it. So
Or his sister Heather.
Well, I'm just saying it the time frame is wrong, right? Because we know they're telling
Mhm.
the Numenor story. The Duodyne don't exist yet, right?
yeah, that's the
yeah.
only clue we know is that they're probably doing the Numenor thing.
Definitely have to stick to, because I mean, like, say, even the online game sticks to the lore and everything is written.
Oh, the
Yeah, they have to
the
stick to
online
lore.
game is
They're not
awesome,
allowed
dude.
to go away from it.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Sheldon, you know, the funny thing, my son was actually complaining about this because he was going to engineering, and then this air conditioning company was working with his university, and they're basically testing some newfangled coolant chemical of something for the future. And they've been doing the grad students have been doing testing and stuff on it, and he was complaining to me because because of that he's become more of a chemist than an engineer. He wasn't very
I
pleased
mean,
with it.
he can make a lot of money being a chemist, legally or illegally.
Yeah, well, he actually is job hunting right now.
So my sucks.
And he's having interviews and such, and it looks like he's going to be a consultant, where companies want to build something or do something, they bring in a professional engineering consultant. And I'm like, really? What? You don't want to
It's a
build
good way
things
to
on
make money.
hand? You want to be on the side? And he said, yeah. I said, why? He said, because of the money. And I'm like, what?
Just saying, you're making a lot of money as a
They
consultant.
make a shitload of money, dude. I'm surprised. I would have figured an engineer who's actually engineering would be making more money, but no, those consultants make crazy cash, dude.
Can you tell who I'm drawing yet, Chester?
Well, I'm. It's not Tom Bombadil.
Bilbo.
But I'm not looking
did I
at you
ruin
right now.
that
I'm
for
looking
you?
at Gabby, and I'm trying to figure out what she's drawing. But I'll come down to you now.
That's all right. Just let me know when you.
Did I ruin
Oh,
that for you
you're
guys?
doing the dude there that I was talking about that would be good for Sean
Dude?
Connery. What was his name? Who was the guy in charge
What was
of?
he on about? I think Chester's on drugs.
Denethor.
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 Mr. Cherry Tomato himself.
It's not Denethor.
Cherry tomato.
You already go. We already. Most people who've seen the movies know who I'm drawing.
I've seen the movies, and I don't know who. Are you drawing the bartender?
Who's drawing old Bill Fernie?
Pony?
Oh, Bill is in the scene there around there, isn't he?
But I know who that looks like.
It's one of them there Rangers.
Well, help
It's
me
not
out.
It's not that far off.
I'm
is it?
old
I would
and
just-
addled. Who is it?
Addled.
Oh my gosh, it's Bilbo.
Dude, what did I say?
No,
It's
you
seen
said it, I
you.
know.
Is it Bilbo? Okay,
It's Bilbo.
it's
For
Bilbo.
Christ's sakes, Chester.
Well, it doesn't
Put on
have a
the frickin'
chin yet.
glasses.
I need chins.
Oh God.
Oh, is he doing Ian Holm as Bilbo?
I think so. Yeah.
So you could do a
What if he was
crossover
doing
with
Villager
Alien
number
and make it
3?
really cool. You could have
That
Bilbo
would've been-
ripping
that
off
would've
his
been
head
awesome.
and milk flying everywhere.
Sheldon says
Oh my
Michael
God.
Landon.
I should
I don't think
converse
so.
about this before I start doing my
Michael
pictures.
Landon.
Everyone has so many interesting ideas.
Michael Landon had some Hobbit hair.
There you go. There's a bit of a chin there now.
Oh, Bilbo.
Yeah, after like 15 of us told you, hey, that's Bilbo, Chester.
I needed help.
Oh, I see it now. He's got glasses on.
I don't think the chin's right.
No, give me a moment. I will critique it later. Thank you. Rosa is doing something cute. Yeah. No comment.
Yep.
When you-
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're not doing middle there. I'm surprised. What's their faces? What they called? Honey and Amy, whatever, on because they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing school stuff.
Yeah.
They do the cute stuff.
Sounds
they've
like
been
they're similar
following
age to my
El-
children.
They've been following the Lord of the Rings, like with Elrod and everything. So I just figured they'd be into it.
Well,
That's
that's
why I
cool, man.
posted
They,
it in
they
the,
are. It is great stuff. Sheldon says they don't have chins in Japan. Oh, they do. They do. Yeah, that's how I recognize.
No,
them as
all the
human.
chins live in China.
Okay. You get 10 points for that, Elrod. That's a clap. Good job.
Why are all of our
That actually
viewers so
took me a
great?
minute.
That was
Hey,
funny.
Japanese people have chins that oh.
Awful. Absolutely awful. You know, Two Bit and Mike has been really quiet, and so is Kima. She's in here spying on us, by the way.
I told her to just.
Yeah,
come
I'm
in for fun of it.
totally spying on you.
Is she calling Brendan Fraser?
Bet she's drawing like full on like Lord of the Rings super fan art.
She's probably drawing Brendan Fraser as Samwise. He would have been a good one.
No, I am drinking and watching hockey.
Oh, sweet. Who's winning?
Oh my
I'm
god.
drinking, but
Holy cow, that sounds like fun and at the same time really dangerous to draw.
Chester.
To the face or something like while you're doing it.
No, I'm watching my team
Ooh.
somehow keep it tied.
We
Who's
have
playing?
we have a golem.
I'm
from,
watching the
Mike.
I'm watching the Canadians versus the Golden Knights.
I have no
The
idea
Canadian.
what that means,
What,
dude.
what an original name for a Canadian.
I
team.
do. I freaking love hockey.
I love hockey. I like it when a fight breaks out and a hockey game showed up. awesome.
Yeah, I've seen like 2
That's the
hockey
best
games
part.
in my life. I used to play hockey when I was a kid, though.
I played field hockey. It was fun.
That's not real hockey.
Shut up. That's what girls did.
It is girl thing. It is fair. Yeah.
I lost a
Yeah, it
tooth
was
in field
brutal.
hockey.
Brutal. It
Oh,
was
did you?
rough.
That's not good. That's not good.
It's called rough. It's just rough hockey.
Yeah. Awesome. Girls, rule. That's right.
Yep.
We're gonna go out there and Slapshot is an underappreciated movie. Why aren't we illustrating Slapshot?
Oh, I love Slapshot. That
Remember
movie
it?
is
Was it-
genius.
I remember Youngblood. You remember that hockey movie? Not too old. Youngblood.
Invalid?
Youngblood, it was called.
Oh, Youngblood. Okay, fine.
Hockey movie?
I don't know.
I remember,
Yeah, there are
yeah.
a couple of them I've seen.
I know,
There-
it's a nice
there's
hockey
something
movie.
with some
It's an older one.
ducks,
It's
and they were
from, like-
mighty. That's about all I know.
Yeah, well,
The
this
Mighty
is
Ducks.
earlier than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know if you like hockey movies.
Artful
Um,
Oh, I
thinking.
know.
I'm
I know
drawing
what you're
Gandalf
talking
with a
about.
pipe.
Yeah, I know what you're
Nice.
talking about.
Nice. I hope you all are drawing along actually in the chat. We got some great art coming here, but of course there's so much to choose from Lord of the Rings. And just do your any kind of art you like. You don't have to be good even. Just throw it up there on the
Artful
Twitter.
thinking.
That's
Hi,
the hashtag
Ian. Hi, Ian. I see you
DNQFE
in the chat.
or Discord. What was that, Gabby?
Artful thinking. That's another one of my friends. Hi, Ian.
It's our buddy Ian.
Just
Oh,
like
that's
all
cool.
of your friends. Eventually, this will be taken over by Gabby. She'll be running the show.
That's fine.
That's. Oh man, you
She
spoiled
shall
it.
inherit. She shall inherit the show.
I'll take it. You can take it off me.
I'll have to quit my job first.
Oh, yeah.
Do it. You won't.
Don't quit any jobs. Jobs are good to
I don't
keep.
know how I ended up in charge of this freaking thing.
Pixel probably just threw it
Because
on you. I guess.
Chester is a boomer.
Hey now, I am the host, lady.
Yeah, you know it's true.
Yes, that's fine.
He's the hostess with the mostest.
But I can do a lot of I'm an analog dude, and I'm badass at it. Okay?
Analog dude.
I am.
Okay.
You talking like the science fiction magazine analog, or
Analog.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh my
I can single hand a sailboat. Can you?
It depends on the size.
Nice.
My dad
use a sock?
bought. We had some property out on a lake. My dad bought like a little skiff type thing, and I learned how to sail a
Oh, that's
single
cool,
sail
dude.
boat.
Yeah, no, I learned the same way.
Another sailor.
Sailing's a lot of fun, dude.
Mine was only like 70 feet long. Little skiff.
No, I
Oh
know
my
what you mean,
gosh,
dude.
that's
I started on
amazing.
the those little dinghies
Holy
with
cow.
a sail on it.
No.
Yeah, I know.
With a 50 caliber gun right on the front.
Oh, those are even better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people tended to get out of my way.
Hmm.
I'm gonna get a boat. That's the one I want. One with a machine gun.
Yeah.
Boat. Are you gonna become a pirate?
That sounds pirate.
or
We need another pirate night. We definitely need another pirate
Oh,
The
God,
night.
dread
pirates.
pirate. The dread pirate rabbit.
Yeah. Well,
Rabbit, I like it.
there are a lot of sailors in America. America is definitely a sailing country, but Rabbit, you come from Britain. You guys are
I've done
crazy
it.
sailors.
I know how to do it. But I don't have a boat. I don't have that kind of money.
You
I
don't
have
need a
sailed,
big
I know
one.
how to. No, I mean I learned on toppers. If you know what I mean, toppers.
Yeah. I mean, Britain
That's
had
what I learned on them originally.
like in the 60s, 70s, even into the 80s, Britain had this huge boating craze just pop off, dude.
You have to remember, I'm a surfer, so I'm not really that bothered about all that.
Mm.
I have surfboards. That's what I
I
spend.
mean,
my
a
money
surfboard's basically a boat, just with like less things on it.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
Exactly.
true. Yeah.
No sail.
on. Fun. More dangerous.
And
Oh,
limb
that's
Do you
actually not,
windsurf?
actually. I've tried. I have done windsurfing. It's a bit
Good
boring.
one, Sheldon.
I tried.
Good one.
What's it? I've tried kite boarding, kite surfing. I don't know. I've tried them all. Surfing's the only one I really enjoy.
And Sheldon, just for your information, my dad didn't say much at all. He just kind of looked at you. Yeah.
Oh, did we lose somebody?
I don't know. I don't think so. Let me
If we
see
did,
here.
they'll be back. I'm sure.
Seems like everybody's here. Yeah.
People have every now and then you have to disconnect if you lose like. Sometimes I can't hear Elrod. Hey,
Well, if you
Elrod,
show-
say something.
If you-
Saying something.
I-
Because if
Yeah,
he
we
is, I
lost
can't hear
Elrod.
him.
Yeah, we
Oh,
lost
no.
Elrod.
That's
Isley.
he's gone. Okay.
But he does have those trouble. But the good thing about it is with Discord, it's easy to drop off and come back in. It's not hard. It's
You know
very
what,
simple.
right? I have more trouble with the app than I do having it on Google. So I'm on Google now. I had it on the app earlier. Like on Tuesday when we were doing D&D, I was having trouble with the app.
Huh.
I don't understand why I
Yeah,
have more trouble with it. I
I
shouldn't
hardly
do.
have any issues here in Discord, but yeah, it is what it is. Now Gabby and her hobo gloves is drawing something. I just can't figure out what it is.
I mean, you didn't even know I was drawing Bilbo, so
No,
I don't.
I
know if
didn't.
I was
read
about to
Lord
say
of
the
the Rings.
fastest way to lose Chester is to show him Rabbit's drawing.
No.
Gabby, who
Rabbit
is
drawings
this?
are pretty and unusual.
Oh,
Glorfindel.
You can't
that
tell by
joke
the
landed
chin.
with a splash.
The chin is there.
Oh, it's Glorfindell. I get it. Okay. All right.
I've
All right.
always wanted to draw him because a lot of my friends actually draw him. My friends are really nerdy, and they told me about the tale of Glorfindel,
Now I wonder
and
if
so I'm
he'll
gonna try and draw him.
I wonder if he'll show up in the I imagine he must be old enough. I wonder if he'll show up in the Amazon show.
Pretty gnarly as well. They just ignore him for some reason.
He is
Everything
badass.
they put Lord of the Rings. I don't understand. He's in the game. You play the MMO. He's in that.
Yeah.
But they don't put Elrond here and like Elrond's sons in, and they're literally all the way through Lord of the Rings as well. So
Yeah,
a
the
lot of things to
twins.
skip out. Yeah, they're like literally main characters in the entire story. And the other Dunedain as well. They're never mentioned.
No, they really didn't do. But I get it though. Yeah, they're limited. I mean, how much can they do in the time frame? I understand.
It was like what, like 12 hours of movie, and they could have added like hour here or something. Glorfindel just for 5 minutes. And dropped his name or something. I don't know. They were long enough. They didn't do it in the animated movie either, though, did they? Like I say, they missed a lot of that. I mean, I understand missing Tom Bombadil because he's a bit of a weird thing, all that, but he kind of takes you out of the seriousness of the story. Now I feel like I'm being.
I guess
Well,
I'm the only one that
Glorfindel
likes
fought a
him.
Balrog.
Hey, Glorfindel's gnarly. Like a
In
proper.
a
That's why he
previous
makes those
life.
Was that Glorfindel?
I don't know, maybe. I literally, it's been so long since I've read any
He-
Tolkien.
So it's like one of those things that's really interesting because from what I read, it's never in the books. But
It's in the appendices.
yeah, Tolkien was very specific not to name the elves like the same name. And somebody was like, "Hey, you've got 2 elves named Glorfindel. What's that about?" And he's like, that's a good point.
Well, the first Glorfindel was the one I believe who foresaw the fact that the Witch King would not be killed by a man, or could not be killed by the hand of man. And
Oh, he was the one that gave the prophecy?
I think he was the one that gave that. And I thought he died after that, but I didn't think it was. I didn't think he fought a Balrog. I thought that was like one of. Thought that was somebody else.
Well, it's like extended lore. It's like in the notes that Tolkien made a decision to make it the same Glorfindel, that he was reborn.
Yeah,
And
he was
re-embodied.
reborn, but I don't think he died fighting a Balrog. I think that was during the time, I think, of Melkor.
Yeah, because that's who he was That's who he was in his first life, and then he was re-embodied. At least that's what I've read, but it's kind of hard to keep track of the notes.
Yeah. Well, no, it's in the Silmarillion. They mention that it gets mentioned in the Silmarillion.
I think
I
it's cool
remember
that
reading
young
it.
people are reading Lord of the Rings, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, my wife is was a librarian in the elementary school. She said that they had kids in 5th grade reading Lord of the Rings.
That's cool, dude.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's great stuff.
Anyway.
My dog
good.
is looking at me. He wants something. What do you want, dog? He's puppy dogging me. All right.
Dog, if you don't want food.
Fine. Hold on a second. I'll be back.
Chester's just making an excuse to go get coffee without saying he's
I'll
going to
do
go
that
get
in about
coffee.
20 minutes.
Leave us all alone.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I just give him one of those rawhide bones. He likes that.
When the Chester's away, the Hobbits will play.
Yeah, I've got my jelly jar goblet of doom here, so I brought it with me. It doesn't have any Everclear in it though. It's just like sort of like sparkling waters.
Is it? It's not. You're not doing the Kima and the hard vodka.
I can't. I would pass out during the video.
Hell, you need some practice.
I don't hold my liquor well.
Got to limber
Same,
up
Rosa,
first.
same.
I'm an experienced artist, so you can drink. I don't know. I've had like 2 glasses of wine and like 5 pints. I'm all good so far. That's what we do, isn't it, Kim? We drink and draw.
Yeah. Yep. That's all I do. I'm working on a comic page right now while doing that.
I'm still looking forward to seeing the
What
rest.
are you working on, Kima?
My comic page.
Wait till it's done so we can do a D&Q, a fee for it as well. It'll be cool.
Well, it's on my iPad, so.
What are you using for your mirroring? I'm loading a new iPad, and what are you using? Y'all discussed it. Like, I think Sage had discussed it last week, a couple of weeks ago. I was like, I need to write this down.
Oh, on my iPad, I'm using Procreate.
How are you sharing it? I'm going to get Procreate. I'm going to start using it.
I'm not sharing through my iPad. I actually don't really know how to share through my iPad because my iPad goes, no, fuck you. I don't want to do this.
From what I remember, Mike was having this issue, and apparently there's an app you can get that sorts you out. I mean, I don't know because I can't stand Apple. I think Apple can fuck off, basically. That's my opinion on Apple. But there is an app you can get that fixes it. Still, you know.
Probably one of their stream apps or something like that.
I can't remember because Siege was trying to explain it to Mike, and Mike doesn't seem to understand. He was getting on with it.
Well, that sounds about right.
I gotta figure it all out because I'm trying to do Procreate, but at the same time, I'm like, I really just love putting pencil to paper. It feels different.
Everyone says Procreate is good. I don't know.
It is. I like it.
And I'm never going to use it, obviously, because I don't have an app.
Yeah, no,
you can't use it on PC.
No, unfortunately, can't use it on PC. But like for something that's portable, I really like it.
You tried the new Critter, by the way. I never had fun with it, but the new version that came out in January this year is really good.
Yeah, I was never really a fan of Critter, but like I always give things a chance.
Yeah, the new version's a lot better. A lot better.
Yeah.
Less buggies, run smoothly. The brushes work. Even the textures in the wet brushes work really nicely.
Yeah. Thing is, I actually like my brushes on my iPad more than I do my Clip Studio.
I like Photoshop, but I've made my own brushes. I'm using all my own brushes now.
Yeah,
I've tried to make oil painting brushes. So
yeah, I use custom brushes on both Clip Studio and on Procreate, and I actually like the brushes on Procreate more.
Alright. I like the ones you sent me for Clip Studio though before. They were quite good.
Yeah, those are nice, yeah. Like those are my go-to brushes.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun to mess around with, definitely.
I do agree that Clip Studio, which is pretty much the prime program that I use now, Clip Studio has a long way to go as far as their custom brushes and their brush technology, which is why I switch over to Photoshop from time to time.
It's like Clip Studio doesn't use your full graphics memory or anything like that. So if you don't have it uses like one core or something of your processor, so it can be really laggy on certain computers. Because I've got like 12 cores, so it just runs like a piece of shit on my computer, which it shouldn't do. Yeah, but that's just the way that they've got it programmed. They need to fix that.
The only lag that I get with Clip Studio is when there's too many letters typed onto one page.
I find
that's the only time that it will lag. Every other time, I haven't had a problem, except for the fact that it crashes when I try to use 3D models. So I don't use 3D models.
Have you used a lot of brushes, like textured and wet brushes and stuff like that for like proper painting? Because that's what lags mine out.
Yeah, I've used
normal
them a lot.
brushes work fine. Yeah, so it must just be computer. It depends what processor you've got, I guess.
Yeah, because I don't experience any real lag at all with Clip Studio.
Don't when I'm just doing the ink brushes or pencils or just the flat normal paint brushes.
No, I'm talking about like the wet brushes.
Yeah, I don't understand why I do, and I've tried to fix it because I don't have it on Critter now, and Photoshop's perfect, so I don't get it.
I still hate Photoshop. I still hate it.
Well, I grew up doing Photoshop. That's all I've tried them. I like Clip Studio. I installed it recently though because I didn't use it really. Like I say, Clip Studio is good. The animation is good in that as well. But I just installed Toon Boom, so I want to get into that.
I just
animation.
No, but I do I like Procreate. It's nice on the go. So
I agree. That's what I bring when I travel is my Procreate, so that I can just sketch. I don't think I've ever really done a full illustration or full coloring ever on. I've done one on Procreate, but I find it better for sketching.
The one picture I did for the Lost pages, the fan art, that was done in Procreate.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to. I've been such a sketch artist all my life, and actually I'm really lucky because I have somebody else that does, like she does my color, like my covers for me, and it's a totally different style than mine as far as a sketcher. Because I just illustrate. That's what I do, and I'm like I really want to experiment with color because I just haven't had a chance. Because I do so many just plain pencil illustrations, and it'd be fun to do that in Procreate, and with the backlighting, it's so much easier for me to see. Because I've already started losing some of my contrast, and I think I talked about that before about how it's really hard for me, as with macular degeneration, to figure out what the contrast looks like. And so I have a hard time sometimes seeing like yellow from blue, or from like yellow from white, or navy blue from black. And so with Procreate, you can see it because you can backlight it, you can light it up enough, and then take it back down to a normal level. So everything looks like I barfed up Skittles because everything's so bright right now because I can't see half the time what I'm doing. So I think Procreate's going to help me with that.
How you can with your color blindness? Do they have colorblind mode?
Yeah. I'm red-green colorblind.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
It's interesting. I've met many artists here that are colorblind. You would think it would dissuade you, but it seemingly doesn't.
You don't have to do color, to be fair, anyway.
Yeah. And there's also a wonderful thing called color labels. They tell you what the color is.
Yeah.
And if you work with values first, you're all good.
Yeah.
Well, no, but just because you see a label on a color doesn't mean if you can't see the color, then you can't understand the emotion of it, right?
Oh well, there's
I don't think that's true.
One of the apps that I love, Chirag Mehta, makes one called Name That Color. I think that's his name. And it actually, you can find it on the color wheel, and it will name the nearest color, like on Pantone and other ones. So you can find it and sort of match it up, and that helps a lot when you're doing like trying to match a particular like color for a client or something. I love it because it helps me to find out if I'm that far off with like tone.
You could always do a grayscale and then like color over the top as well. I mean, I've done that before. That works really well.
Yeah.
Because values are the most important. I mean, if you get them right, you can add color to it. It's normally all right anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it. But it's kind of like I had an argument with a conversation with a friend of mine, and he did a lot of work with the deaf, and he said that they love music, and I'm like, huh? He said, yeah, they love music. And I'm like, how is that possible if they're deaf? Well, they can feel the vibration, he said. Well, that's not the same.
One of the most famous composers was deaf, so.
No, you're talking about Beethoven. He was deaf at the very, very end in his last...
He still did stuff when he was deaf, though.
Yeah,
Didn't
but
just do nothing.
not really. He finished that whilst he was losing his hearing, and by the end, he was deaf. But a lot of people say that, but he was not a deaf composer. Not really.
True story. I actually was deaf as a child, and I actually I have a lot of stories. I was actually deaf as a child. I lost my hearing. I had a condition where my ears filled up and just sort of sealed themselves up, and I couldn't hear a thing. I learned how to lip read, so I grew up pretty much from the time I was about a year old to 18 months, probably, that I couldn't hear anything until I was 5 years old, and I had surgery. And so it's a whole different world. And yes, they're right. Actually, you love music. I could bear what I could hear was sounded so far away. Yes, I
Yeah,
couldn't
but
really hear
you
it. But
could
you
hear.
could
He was
feel
talking about
the
people
rhythm.
that can hear nothing.
No, actually, I couldn't hear at all. But I would put my head to the stereo, and I could feel this rhythm. And there's texture. It's not just drums that you hear. There's a texture to when strings hit. Especially, this was one of those old-fashioned, like you used to have a speaker on a stereo, and I would lay my head against the speaker, and so even things like strings or wind instruments had a vibration, and I could hear it. Not hear it, but I could feel it coming in through my head and through the bone, and it was different. When I finally heard music, I was almost 5 years old,
Yeah, but
and how different it was compared to what I imagined it sounded like
yeah, but
as a deaf child.
isn't that kind of like sucking the starch out of a spaghetti and saying you know what bolognese tastes like?
It's different.
Oh,
It's like
Chester.
if you're wow,
That's
okay.
freaking harsh.
It would be the same as if you're geez, how to say it? If you're imagining what it tastes like.
Yeah, I
And
understand
you
what you're
have
saying. I get the principle, but I don't think it's the same.
no, it's
Does
it's
you-
not hearing. It's different. It's feeling. It's actually feeling the music.
Mhm.
It's a different way of experiencing it. And so as a musician later in my life, to hear what I experienced earlier with drums and wind and instruments and all this, and that feeling, the vibration that they give off, not necessarily a thump like a drum, but it is different. And then you say, okay, that translates differently when you're hearing it from a distance, and it's being translated by your brain as a sound wave. It's hard to explain, but it actually does affect performance as me as a performer, the way that I play, the way that I do things.
I get the
Yeah,
concept.
that's just-
It is weird.
Anyway,
He gets the concept, but he doesn't believe you.
He doesn't
No.
believe you. No, I was going to say
He's calling
you a
at
liar.
all. He's never been deaf though, so
I get the
Yeah, it's like-
concept,
it's hard
but
for someone-
now
yeah.
you're wrong.
It
Yeah,
is.
this
It's
guy
hard
once he was,
it's hard to explain it. It's like trying to explain the color red.
It's red.
It's red.
Red is easy.
That's not fair.
Apple.
That's not fair.
Cut yourself and look.
Very, very angry. Red's my favorite color, by the way.
Is it?
That does not help.
I like green.
That doesn't help either.
If you ever see me chew out one of my kids, you know exactly what red is like.
Yeah.
See, I didn't have to do much of that, Jeff. My kids were incredibly
Mm.
well behaved.
Oh, my kids are like me.
Throw them off the yacht if they weren't.
Yeah. See that shark down there, kid? That's you. Or you're going to be part of that shark. Probably
Well-
not the way you want.
The only time I had words with my
What
son.
way do you want to be part of a shark?
Yeah. Well, the only time I had words with my son is he was being disrespectful with his mother. To be fair, she was wrong, but he was being disrespectful to his mother, and I put him up against the
Whoa.
wall, and that never happened again.
Yeah.
Damn.
Is this the bodybuilding son that you probably couldn't do that to anymore?
Oh, I'm still stronger than he is. Yeah, he's trying to catch up. Yeah, he's so proud he
Wow,
can
never
bench press
get
110 kilos now.
He's trying to get on your level.
He's trying, and I hope he
He
succeeds.
he just remembers, Dad put me up against a wall. Now I'm gonna bodybuild into it.
He's waiting till you're in your 60s. He's gonna throw you off that fucking yacht.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that.
In his wheelchair, rolls him right up to the bow.
Oh, wow.
You like that view, Dad? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Mike, you throw your art up, please. Now, my wife, my son, and I get along quite well.
Good.
Yeah. So I mean, I've never really had much trouble with my kids. They're well behaved and incredibly studious.
I've hated having me as a kid. I was definitely none of those things.
That looks great, Mike. It's a really good golem.
I can move this across. I don't think I've got enough room for the ear, have I? I don't know.
Well, it's going to be a tough one. I'll tell you that right now.
Which one?
It's going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough competition.
Oh God, yeah.
Lots of
there's
good
some
stuff.
Really cool stuff on here today, and I can't wait to see the draw along too. We're going to see some cool stuff, man. Just remember, Twitter hashtag DNQFE, or just throw it in the Discord. Looking forward to seeing your draw along stuff.
Too bad JD's not here. We could have him. He'd probably be drawing an orc decapitating a villager.
Or something
Oh, man.
other depraved setting.
I wanted to see Iron Frodo.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I was kind of sad that he was gonna be here tonight.
Or Bojangles Bobadil.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not.
Rip.
Are you sure?
Don't insult the artists.
I know. I oh, bad Chester, bad.
Bad Chester.
I do love what Andrew is doing though. It's really funny, dude. That's awesome.
Thanks. I'm having fun with this one.
Yeah. Gabby, your friend Artful Thinking says that he's your friend from Japan. Whereabouts does he live?
He lives in Osaka.
Osaka. Oh, okay. Yeah.
We were supposed to go visit him, and then the Fire Nation attacked.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Ugh. I'm having a really hard time drawing a building.
I always have trouble drawing buildings.
Uh,
So used to drawing people. When I get to draw backgrounds, it sucks.
Yeah, make them
Hard for Mike
silhouettes.
tonight.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh.
If it's not organic, I don't care.
The most brutal class I ever took was mechanical drawing.
Oh,
It just killed me.
See,
sounds like my nightmare.
I liked that class when I was a high school kid.
My dad imagined me as an engineer, and I'm the person that when I was growing up, it was like, what's 2 plus 2? Well, 2 plus 2 is 22. You put a 2 here, you put a 2 here, it's 22.
Oh God.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And he was an engineer. He was absolutely incredible. He was did a lot of amazing projects. He worked on the Apollo 11, a lot of other big stuff. And so to say he was a little probably disappointed in me was not an understatement. But so he really was like, you can do it. You just keep on trying, girl. Just reach for the moon. And so he let me, he like encouraged me to enroll. And he was very big in women being into STEM. And so I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and take, mechanical drawing. I nearly failed it. It was so hard for me but it taught me perspective. What you can't tell from looking at my stuff, but it really did. The vanishing lines and all that cool stuff was really, and that's just something I think that comes naturally to so many artists. And for me, it didn't. So I'm really glad I took it now. But yeah, it was the hardest class I ever took in my life was mechanical drawing.
I was exactly
yeah, my
the
father's
opposite.
pretty good at it.
What?
Yeah.
What was your hardest class? Everybody, what's your nightmare class?
Zoology.
Mm,
Algebra.
math.
Algebra 2.
So
Nightmare
okay,
class as in just every class or art class in general?
No, any nightmare class. You go ahead, let it out now. This is your time. Just
Oh my
let it
gosh!
out.
When
All
they made us
class.
do programming, that was imagine just a room filled with artists, and they're just like, okay, program a menu in this program, and we're all just fumbling around, like falling and rolling around on the floor, like foaming from our mouths, because all of our heads work in shapes, not numbers, and it was hilarious, and they just let us cheat. They didn't care. They were just like, yeah, cheat off each other, it's fine.
I can't imagine programming at all. I write software for a living.
I mean, I've made a game in Unity, but that took me forever. So like you say, my brain don't work in code. It's weird. Fun to try though. You can do it if you try.
Law class was a nightmare, but it was a good class to fall asleep in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where are you taking law?
Honestly, I thought art class was the most boring thing I've ever done.
What was that?
Oh, what were you taking law with?
I was just taking law in high school to fill a credit.
Oh, yeah, that sort of thing.
I needed to find a class, so I wasn't just sitting in the cafeteria all day. So I'm like, fine, I'll take law. It's probably one of the only classes I haven't taken in the school yet. Passed or failed, so.
You find a teacher
law
that
in my
really
high school
likes
was fun.
you. You find a teacher that really likes you, and you say, "Hey, can I do independent study?" And like, yeah, I'll give you credit.
The teacher was awesome, though. He did let me get away with sleeping, and I did pass the class.
We died. How did we die?
I had an economics teacher that did nothing but complain about Reaganomics to the point where I felt like walking up and say, "Where did the bad president touch you?"
Yeah.
See, my law teacher smoked weed, so.
Oh wow.
That's like
My law teacher was a sheriff, so I got to see a lot of like photos of crime scenes that he had in his drawer. That was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
And the whole class was just watching Boston Legal.
Oh God. William Shatner's awesome though. That's fair.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he
William
did a
Shatner
good
doing
job.
gun control.
Oh, not Boston Legal. What was the one that the original? Not because Boston Legal was the spinoff, right?
Law and Order.
Law and Order.
Yeah.
No,
no, it wasn't Law and Order. It wasn't Law and Order.
It
was
LA Law.
No. Okay, this is gonna kill me.
Hill Street Blues.
Was Francis McDormand? Francis.
I don't know. I'll let you figure it out. I'm going to go get coffee though, Jeff. You're in charge while you ponder. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Here I
Ready?
go.
Go. Just go. Go.
That's where I am.
Go.
He's still here.
I know he's still here. He listens.
Spying on us.
Listening.
Wondering if we're gonna stay in Mountain in a yacht while we're gone. Mountain in a yacht.
No, I don't waste the good stuff while he's not around.
Oh yeah.
How many of you
Oh, it's
guys
called The
are?
Practice.
How many of you guys are Tolkien fans? I know Rabbit is.
Me.
I listen to Led Zeppelin. Does that count?
Almost.
I failed the class on purpose not to read it.
We've been through this. You suck.
So you tell me.
I'm a huge Tolkien fan.
You know, it really sucks because I do like fantasy, but for some reason.
Literally
Fantasy
invented
deal.
fantasy. I don't understand how you don't like it.
Yeah, he's literally the dude.
I don't understand it myself. I just don't like it.
Well, it's probably here's the thing. So it's for most people, and this is me. My experience with people that don't like it. Usually, it's because it starts off slow.
Well, I don't really care if it starts off slow. Like, I don't really care if a book starts off slow. It just means the build-up's going to be good. I just found the whole thing boring. I don't know.
You read it, at least. That's good. At least you had your...
Well, so that's how I decided that I hated it. Because I had to read it once, and I'm like, oh, please, never again. And then, of course, next year.
Yeah. I really think that is probably one of the biggest killers of love of literature, is forcing someone to read something. I think that when you say, no, you have to read this,
Oh yeah, totally.
Aversion. It creates an aversion to it. I picked
Yeah.
up Tolkien because I wanted to, and because of it, I was in love with it. The same thing, believe it or not, with Scarlet Letter. I read Scarlet Letter just because, for the heck of it, and got to the saucy parts. I didn't even realize that they were making it into something like really, boring until later, because I was, people, making out, in the battle days or whatever, and I read it without any of that bias. But when you make somebody read something, it
Oh
ruins
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It
Well,
just
the
it
funny
spoils them.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that I am someone that likes fantasy. I love reading stuff like that. I freaking love even reading D&D novels and shit. And I'm like, come on, this should be something that's right up my alley. I was at first I was excited to read it, and then I got through it, and I'm like, oh my god, never again.
So you're more of an action. So you like more of the horror
Yeah.
/ adventure
Yeah.
aspects of fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, then.
But I can appreciate a good story though.
What was your first favorite fantasy story? That'll actually tell you why you hate Tolkien.
Fuck. Give me a minute. I have to actually look up the book name. It's been years. I actually had to go look that up.
It's like fantasy psychotherapy here.
Come on.
I don't know what to do with this picture.
How does that make you feel?
It makes you feel special.
Special.
Lay back, relax. Tell me about your first fantasy experience. Wow, that didn't sound right.
Oh my gosh.
Not something here tonight. Thank you very much.
Diane Steele.
That's a different type of fantasy. Thank you. That's another kind of fantasy altogether.
Okay.
Anything with Fabio on the cover, yeah.
My gosh.
It's a bottom ripping kind.
I wield the sword.
See, this is the hard part because
I wield the sword and I
lot
look
of
sexy. I'm Fabio.
I read a shit ton of books. I know I read like the Redwall stuff. Just trying to think of what was my first book, and I can't remember what book it was.
I know a lot of people read
Elric? Any of the
Salvatore.
Elric stuff?
Hmm?
Sorry, Salvatore?
Yeah, I've read some of that. And I've read a lot of Terry Brooks. And
Did you get more?
I'm reading Tad Williams' Dragonbone Chair right now.
I just honestly I cannot remember the first book that I read.
No, that's pretty That's pretty common. It's like you love it and you're like, oh, I can't remember the dude's name, And I think that for a lot of us, it's my first introduction to science fiction is probably Gene Roddenberry, and reading the fanfic from that, like I have one of the original fanfics that was actually written with, actually from Nicole Nichol, Miss Nichelle. I can't remember her name. She was a hero. Wrote some stories and I actually have it in paperback. And she was just fantastic. And so that was my science fiction. Well, then fantasy, for me, the first real fantasy story I read is Tolkien. So bringing them all together, when something hits all the numbers, it's like it hits both of those. But to me, the ultimate writer for both of those is actually Ray Bradbury. I love Ray Bradbury, and he's like such a huge inspiration to me. And if it's that mix of action and dialogue, that makes it so exciting to me, and just the possibilities of what could be.
Yeah, I honestly think it was The Wheel of Time because I think that one of those books came out 1994.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it probably would have been the Wheel of Time books.
Oh, probably so. Yeah.
That I read.
My first fantasy was Tolkien, all the way.
Yeah, mine too.
Same here. It was interesting. It was interesting for me because I believe I was autistic. Actually, I'm kind of sure of it now. But my buddy got me into reading Tolkien, or got me into reading Lord of the Rings. And it was funny because when we'd talk about it, he'd mention all the stuff in the books that it was like I was reading something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until later, actually around the time that they were doing the movies, that I decided to pick it up again. And I read it this time, and it made a lot more sense. But the funny thing is that I wasn't really able to read Lord of the Rings when I was younger, but I plowed right through the Silmarillion. And then he gave me it's a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
That's a good book.
I
love it.
I read those 3 books. I burned right through them. There's something about those books that just connected with me. So, and then
humor. That is
said-
something that's really sorely lacking in a lot of science fiction, fantasy stuff, is humor.
Yeah.
It's just not there. And Doug Adams has it in spades. He knows how to make this snarky commentary on life and meaning and number 42. And it makes sense when he says it, but he has this amazing humor about it. And I really love him.
It's like I could remember. The funny thing is I could picture and I could remember things that in that trilogy. And like I said, when he gave them to me, I just literally burned right through them. I was very easy for me to absorb. And those, I was a younger guy, probably I think sixth or 7th grade, and whereas other stuff didn't connect with me, that definitely did.
Wow.
And then as I got older, I went through Lord of the Rings. I read the Silmarillion, the Hobbit. I've got they did a compilation of some of his short stories and some of the ancillary work called Unfinished Tales.
Oh, Unfinished Tales. Yeah, I remember that.
And so I read that. I actually liked that, and then that led me into Conan. I also stumbled into the Robert E. Howard Conan stuff.
Howard is fantastic.
That's the only good Conan. There is no other Conan.
Well, anyway, so there was that, and then I got into
I agree with that. It's quickly moving on.
Lovecraft. But the other thing that really got me into Tolkien, or kept me kind of hooked to Tolkien, was the art, because I always remembered seeing the Alan Lee stuff, and I think it was John Howe and Alan Lee. Those are my 2 favorite fantasy authors, especially Alan Lee, because he would do those pencils, and he wouldn't do it for just for the Lord of the Rings stuff or any of Tolkien stuff. He'd also do it for the old Norse myths and the Siegfried stuff and the Beowulf and all that. And they sort of had this kind of awkward, kind of grotesque, I know that's not the right word, but sort of like a dreamlike quality to them.
Mm-hmm.
And that always sort of fascinated me. And it was that type of
ethereal. It was an ethereal quality.
Yeah, exactly. And then that was the other thing, was the art from Dungeons and Dragons, as the old primitive stuff, where it was just kind of like cheap, but it was was really imaginative. That was another thing that got me really.
Work is some of my favorite work.
Yeah. So I love it was a lot of it was actually the visual things, the art as well, and it's really still to this day.
See, Frazetta to me was, I picked up Conan first because of the cover seeing the work from Frazetta, the work that he did. And what's really weird is when you look at Frazetta's work, his women are actually really Conan is total beast, let's be honest. And I also saw him on a lot of metal covers. Who was it? Molly Hatchet.
Yeah.
At the Frazetta covers, and that was a throwback. And I love the Southern Rock and stuff like that. And Molly Hatchet had it on there, and I was like, "Holy cow, that's really great!" But his women are, if you talk about strong women, I mean, they were really sexy too. I mean, they were really dolled up. But man, they were just tough. He had several of them, and this is a guy from the 50s, drawing these fantastic pictures of men and women, and they're men look like men and women look like women, but they're amazing. And so
have you ever seen
Frazetta?
Have you ever seen Frazetta?
Isn't that who?
Are you talking about the movie?
I mean, Frazetta, himself, the guy, pictures of him. Yeah, I mean, he was a pretty stout dude.
He was
he was
beefy.
big.
Yeah, he actually used himself as a model.
Yeah.
He was
you can
dreamy.
tell.
I mean, buff. I meant buff.
Yeah, he was buff.
Yeah,
he is
sure
one
you
of
did.
the original masters of anatomy. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He used his wife as a model as well.
Oh yeah, he used his wife as a model all the time.
Uh-huh.
She was beautiful.
Yeah, Chris.
There, I
later on, when
posted.
you get fat, you're like, hey, his women are fat. It's okay.
There, I posted the last time I did something that was Lord of the Rings. Ugh. That was from the last D&Q that we had Lord of the Rings on.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
So, I was 10 years old when I tried Lord of the Rings. And I read it, but I didn't.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's not the same for me when I grew up later and read it again. It's been a long time since I've read it again, but I've been following Edwin and Elrod's read along.
Uh-huh.
It's the first time I've read the book in years. Probably since the movies.
Wow. Is it that different for you to go back and read it? I mean, to hear it from that perspective?
Yeah, I mean it's always I always get things differently whenever I read again. There's a lot of things I forget.
Is that Adrian?
Yes, it is.
Hello,
Howdy.
Adrian.
I'm
back.
But
We noticed that.
the
never
other
left.
series that I have a big history with is the Dragonlance series. Because because my parents were very much, the only fantasy they would let me read was Tolkien and C.S. Lewis. They were very much against anything else, pretty much. And
Mark
I would
Ruiz is a good writer, though, dude.
Yes, I know. And I would sneak to when my mom would drop me off at the library, and I would sneak to the fantasy section, and I would read I would rent or check out the books that were Dragonlance books, and I would have to hide them so that I could read.
It was funny. When I was querying one of my books, the deacon of the church I went to, he had a connection with the publisher. He goes, let me connect you with these guys and have them take a look at your book. Because you submit either a manuscript or the first 3 chapters or whatnot. And when he mentioned that on the drive home, I looked up on my phone the publisher, and I noticed that they had a fantasy section. Oh well, it's a good possibility. And so I sent it to them, and a few weeks goes by, and they sent it back saying, this is a really good book, but I don't think that our readership is going to be willing, or I don't think we have the readership that you're looking for. And I was like, what? It's a fantasy book. So I went and I looked up on their website, and I looked up fantasy, and yeah, there's a different definition of fantasy there.
Was that a porn
Ooh,
joke?
Oh,
wow.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
On lighter side, you know how I mentioned my dog was eyeballing me earlier? So I gave him one of those rawhide knots, those little bones. And he promptly took it. He set it on the kotatsu, not on the ground, on the kotatsu.
What's the what?
It's like a heated coffee table. Sorry. But anyway,
Heated coffee table. Hold on. A heated coffee table.
Yes,
most
a heated
people
coffee
call
table.
that a stove.
No, it's a kotatsu. It's a Japanese thing. But anyway,
No, it has like a curtain.
It does. It's a curtain to keep the heat in. But anyway, then he climbs on the couch, drags my wife's down jacket off, sits on the ground, kneads out his perfect spot, grabs the bone, sits back and kneads a little bit more, lays down, starts chewing, maybe 3 bites on that bone, gone, completely unconscious.
Oh.
It's like all that effort, right?
What kind of dog you have?
I have a miniature schnauzer. His name is Orin.
Oh. Miniature schnauzers are so cute.
They are. He's a good dog too. Although he's a bit
Speaking of-
racist, but I mean, to be fair, he is German.
Couldn't resist, could you?
Well, I'm not kidding. Anytime he sees a black person on screen, he growls. He doesn't like black people. I don't know what it is, dude. Which makes it tough because I do love me some Denzel Washington.
We'll just have to put him in the other room.
I do.
Yeah.
Or I just tell him to go under the kotatsu, and he does. So. But he doesn't like black people, and he doesn't like birds. He's got issues with those things.
Specifically, those two things.
Those two
he's
things.
racist and specious.
I
Wow.
know, right? I'm not kidding. Actually, I'm being I'm very serious. Every time he does not like black people. I don't know what it is, and it's only worse because I got this new TV in this room, and because I bought one of those what do they call them, OLED TVs, but I don't really like it so much. I prefer the 4K. I don't know what it is about it. But anyway,
It only shows black people.
well, no, but this is a much bigger and much crisper TV, and he really doesn't like this TV, dude. It's too much for him. But I don't know what that is. He's German dog born in Asia, I guess. It's hard. It's inevitable, I suppose.
Getting back to Frazetta.
Oh, Frazetta, yeah,
What does he
he's
feel
awesome.
like?
Yeah. Aaron Lopresti is a huge. It seems he's a huge Frazetta fan. There's a lot of
Really?
discussions about him. Yeah, he often will talk about him on his live streams.
Mhm.
So
I need to get up on more live streams and just listen. It's so
Yeah.
hard to find the time. And Jeff, you and I were talking about that earlier. But when you're trying to market a book or you're
Yep.
trying to keep yourself in your own zone, it's like it's easier for me to look at other people's art, I guess, because I'm
Mhm.
not having to get into the story as much. But when I don't have time for other people's stories as much when I'm writing because I'm afraid of absorbing their material. And
Yep.
so I try to limit my exposure when I'm coming up with my own worlds and stuff. So it's really hard, but I really need to get on there because I love what some of these people talk about, like Lopresti and others. Just the interest that's there and all the different stuff they're going through. I want to see it so much. And how do y'all manage? Like, how do you figure out who to go on and what to watch? Because there's so much good stuff out there.
I started watching, was it Jason Robertson's? But every time I go on, he compliments me. It's weird.
you're a good artist.
You're a good artist.
What do you want him to say?
I
It
watch
was weird.
educational things, so.
you were there, Jeff. You've seen it.
No,
it's
he.
weird.
I mean, but he does that. Yeah, but he does that with all the artists too. So
I know he's a really nice guy. He should. I keep trying to force him to come back on, but he seems to be afraid that we'll beat him.
I just listen to Ethan while I draw.
Oh, by Ethan Klein, I wouldn't do that. Rabbit,
Ethan
I
Van
just
Sciver.
noticed, by the way, it's the dude from The Borrowers.
oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
No, that didn't. No, that one person got that. All right, fine.
I've never watched it.
I'm sorry, my sister was talking to me. What did you say about the borrowers?
Saying
it
my
was-
picture looks crap, I think.
Ian Holm is in The Borrowers, and he's also plays Bilbo Baggins. I was trying to be funny, and it wasn't funny. That's okay. I'll cope.
You failed.
I failed. Yeah.
Hmm.
Pray
it
for
was
help.
your
I know
Go ahead.
I
Ethan
actually
Hawke
thought
was
you were being
legit,
mean.
like really good in Alien. He's like very unsettling.
Yeah, Alien's one of my favorites.
A little bit of
He's
that
good
came
actor.
out when he. And didn't he also play Jack the Ripper?
From Hell, yeah.
From Hell?
From Hell, yeah. He did a really good job in that movie, too.
He's a good actor.
Sorry,
He's
sorry,
just
I
a good
couldn't get
actor.
past Johnny Depp's accent.
Okay, well, fair enough.
That's a comic.
Who's
That's
else?
based off of a comic.
Well,
Yeah,
just
I
keep in
know.
mind, Johnny Depp's only ever there for the ladies. That's the only reason he's there.
And he used to be a really good actor. He just kind of got hung up on the whole Jack Sparrow crap
I
and then
don't know if
stopped being
that's
able
true.
to act as well.
He's weird.
He's done some really good movies back
No,
in the
he
day.
did. If you've probably seen the movie The Ninth Gate.
I have.
Yeah, that movie's great.
Yeah, he did. I thought he did a very good job on that one.
Fair enough. I've always thrown him into the Jessica Simpson category.
Okay.
Hmm.
We need a little bit more explanation on that one.
Mega
It means he looks
hottie.
good in Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, not very much of
okay.
an actor, just a hottie.
It's a big possibility.
Yeah.
His first big thing was Crybaby, and that was only because he was pretty.
Died Brennan out on Elm Street.
Yeah, his whole thing is he's
Oh,
ultra
yeah.
pretty. Yeah. And that's cool. I have no problem with
Let
that.
Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands. It's been in some I can't remember what the movie's called though. I don't know which point me. I don't know about the films. I can't remember.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd take Brad Pitt any day. There's another hunk that women love, but that dude
Me
can
too.
act.
I mean,
Right.
okay, there.
No, Brad Pitt can act. You guys don't think Brad Pitt can act? I think he's a pretty good actor.
Well, so there's the
I like a lot of his movies.
there's the sentimentality
Just-
though of like when have you seen Brad Pitt in a movie and not been like, oh look, it's Brad Pitt playing that thing, where there's
That's
other
fair.
actors out there
That is
who
You mean
you,
it's
you
Brad
can
Pitt
separate
playing
them as like
Brad
a
Pitt?
character.
Well, I've always thought he was a
He's a
pretty
pretty
fair
guy.
actor, actually. He's no
I was
Anthony
just going for the
Hopkins.
bromance between Chester and Brad Pitt.
That's what I was thinking about.
I'm gonna say something controversial.
Yeah.
I don't think Brad Pitt is as handsome as people say he is.
Thank you.
Oh God! So you're more of a Bieber girl.
Ew.
No, all the girls now are into what's this guy's name? Kylo Ren.
That ugly son
That's
bitch.
weird.
Oh
That guy
yeah,
with
that
the big
guy's
lump on his
really
eye.
Adam
popular
Driver,
for
he's
some
ugly as
reason.
hell. Which I give him
Is-
all the props in the world though for that. That's awesome.
He's like that ugly attractive, so ugly it's attractive, like a pug or something. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those things. It's not out
When
their
I
face all day
first-
long.
When I first saw him take his mask off, I was like, "It's a nerd."
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Yeah.
He was actually in the military at some point.
Yeah, he was. He's a military guy. That's true. But I was watching last night because I don't sleep much. I was watching Underwater with I think Kristen Stewart. Is that her name?
Oh right.
The Twilight girl. And she had herself a short haircut and stuff like that. And she's always been a crap actress in my opinion. But in that movie, it was fine. It wasn't bad actually. It's the first time I ever actually seen her as an actress. But the thing is, I couldn't get out of my head the whole damn time. It was just a more masculine Justin Bieber. So, yeah, I mean, unbelievable. It just is in my head. She's Justin Bieber. She looks just like him with no hair, dude.
Yeah.
I can't get into the pretty guys, and what's really sad is that all the actors that I really like are from like way before my time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Jimmy Stewart and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is so freaking hot. I don't know why. I feel bad about it. I feel like I should apologize to everyone in my generation. I don't care.
Why? Jimmy Stewart's the man.
He is the man,
He is.
and
He's
it's
absolutely
okay. Some
amazing.
ladies like the grandpa figure.
He wasn't a grandpa back then. He was a dude. Dude. And it's like, he wasn't even grandpa at that point.
Oh, I'll take it, a funky town.
Yeah, yeah. At least it's not Rock Hudson because that's not going to go your way.
No, probably not.
Oh.
Too soon?
No, I love the old movies, and so like if I see a dude in that, like they're wearing a tux or something, I'm like, holy crud, y'all are so awesome.
Yeah, well, that's that old.
Like a Cary Grant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean that classic Hollywood glamour. The only thing we got like that now is like Henry Cavill. He pulls that off.
Yeah, he's pretty close.
He
to
does.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta
He
do
does
that
have
Steve McQueen stuff. Steve McQueen's
Oh,
awesome
yeah.
too.
Steve
Oh, yeah,
McQueen's
that's true.
great.
Yeah. And yes, hey, it's Matt Cosson. Hey, Matt. Brad Pitt in 12 Monkeys. Yeah, dude, he kicks ass in that movie, dude.
Oh yeah, I didn't want my comment to sound like I didn't like Brad Pitt. I think Brad Pitt is a fine actor. I just haven't seen a movie that he's been in where I haven't been like, oh look, it's Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I understand that though. I do get that. Yeah.
You didn't swoon in Legends of the.
I was keep in mind I'm comparing him
12 Monkeys.
to Johnny Depp for acting
12
quality.
Monkeys.
Is what I'm trying to do. 12 Monkeys, bad
Oh,
actor.
he's a way better actor than Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and they're both pretty boys, or so I'm told.
And I would go as far as to say Brad Pitt's movies are way better. Like most of his movies are better films.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any a Johnny Depp movie I like.
Did you see his Western?
Pretty good.
Did I see him
He's got
as
some,
Tonto? Yeah, that was a train wreck. Yeah.
No, not that movie. Not that movie. He did another Western that's like a black and white artsy Western from way back.
Of course he did. Oh, well.
It's not bad. It's an okay movie.
Dude, the best Western I've seen in recent time is Bone Tomahawk with Kurt Russell. And that frickin' is harshly awesome.
I still think as far as westerns go, you got to go with Tombstone.
Oh, that's a perfect
movie.
movie.
Tombstone is so good.
Yeah, Val Kilmer kills it in that, dude.
It has everything. It has, well, first of all, okay, I'm a huge Western history buff. I love reading about all the different villains and everybody, the fast shooters and everything. And so reading about that, and then you watch Tombstone, they actually did a great job portraying Doc Holliday. Fantastic job at making him into this doomed sort of a jerk, and at the same time so smooth and sick. He's very sick, and so the character just ends up working.
He's a good friend. He is a good friend.
Yes, and not only that, but the ensemble too. Is that historically it came pretty close. The fact that you've got a group of people that are bound by this. Well, three of them are brothers, and then you have this other guy out there that's just the friend. Yeah.
And Sam Elliott was probably actually there, so that made it even more accurate.
Oh my gosh, I saw Sam Elliott without a mustache and I freaked out. I was watching We Were Soldiers, and I'm like, that sergeant looks very familiar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's Sam Elliott.
Oh, well, that wasn't as freaky than that World War II film that I watched. I don't remember the name of it anymore, where Tom Selleck didn't have a mustache.
Oh.
And that was wild.
Yeah.
Whoa, that would be weird.
That was jarring.
Right.
Carrying the fabric of time and space.
I think he was playing Patton. No, it wasn't Patton. I forget who he was portraying, but he didn't have a mustache, and it was disturbing.
Tom Selleck without a mustache. Magnum PU.
Yeah, exactly. Did you see they rebooted Magnum PI? Did you see that?
Yeah, my grandfather likes to watch it. It's not great.
It's really bad, dude.
It's bad.
I'm sorry?
The CBS show. It's for seniors.
Yeah, well, Magnum PI was for seniors too, but I mean, it no comparison, dude. Anyway, hi, hey again, Matt. I don't know why don't you come in here and draw with us, Matt? I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah, man, or just come on and say hi.
Or just draw along. Keep in mind, guys, we hope you have drawn along. I mean, Lord of the Rings is such rich territory. So, but just take your draw alongs and go over to the Twitter at #DNQFE, or you can drop it in the Discord, and Jeff will drop that link again for you. And if you aren't a member of the Discord, why not? Just become a member. Everyone's welcome here. This isn't Mike's channel.
Everyone's welcome on Mike's channel.
Everybody's
welcome on Mike's
well
channel, for Christ's sakes.
welcomed on Mike's channel. In his Discord, except, people that get kicked out of Discord.
That's true.
One guy got kicked out, deserved to get kicked out. He was a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't. That guy was arguing with Jeff so much. I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" I almost jumped in and went, "Shut the fuck!" I just didn't want to get.
Is his name JD?
No, JD's acceptable.
What happened with that?
Way more acceptable.
Jeff, do you want to talk about what happened? I was literally watching and I started going out, and I was so scared. I didn't say anything.
I'd rather not talk about it. The guy's gone, and it's it's over and done with. But
He's always been a bit like
I
that.
started to feel like close prayers or something.
He's a person who has very strong opinions and often is argumentative to an excess.
Who?
So
Oh, Chester?
I
I
don't
think I know
argue.
who
I
you're
know
talking
I'm
about.
right, bitch.
I was just more
Oh,
annoyed that I
just
had
call
to
me a
read a
bitch.
book before I could catch up with the chat half the time.
Who was it, Jeff?
Oh, I can't.
I like I said, I'd rather not. Say.
Yeah, don't worry.
We'll tell you
you
later.
after
We'll tell
the
you later.
stream.
Okay.
After
Yeah,
this,
we'll tell you later.
I didn't even know about this incident.
Yes.
It wasn't really an incident. It was just like, shut the fuck up.
I've
you know what I mean?
more of it.
I've had several go arounds with him, and it was.
I think we all have.
Yeah,
I haven't, but I almost did just because I was like, oh my god, he made me so angry.
Fair, it is fair. Knowing when to shut up is important.
Well, it was initiated by certain things he said about individuals whose names shall not be mentioned, and it was very. I would have to say it would be bordering on libelous or slander. I can't remember which the actual definition. Yeah, it was
pretty close.
Oh wow, yeah, the Jews don't like it when you talk about them like that.
And Chester.
Had to get that in, didn't you?
I did.
Just had to get that in.
Thank you.
You do know that my brother-in-law is Jewish, right?
Oh, I apologize.
He cares.
Yeah.
He says he apologizes, but I don't think he means it.
No, I was apologizing
really
for him
thinking
having
that
to bear it.
explains a
It
lot.
was the opposite.
Oh, well, I don't know where I'm going with this fucking thing.
Is this Andrew? Is this Radagast?
Oh no, that was
that?
good idea.
Well, he's got brown clothing on, so is he Radagast the Brown?
No. This is supposed to be Gandalf.
I see. Just have to
Gandalf?
like see.
Not brown. This would be gray. This is
Mr. Miracle drawing?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Sweet.
Where's my eraser?
I don't know.
If my thing would work half the time, I could show you, but for some reason it's acting really stupid tonight.
Yeah, well. Oh, there you go. Now I feel more Gandalfy. Thank you, Andrew.
Okay, good.
It was bugging my brain.
Too dark. Too dark.
There. That's
There
what
you
I
go.
got going on
There
if
you
you want to
go.
look at it.
That's perfect. It's awesome. That Balrog is like, I screwed up.
Am I putting rabbit on here? Or no?
You don't have to.
I'll
Can
put it
you?
on.
I mean, just put me on for the sake of it, I suppose. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, I was I was basically doing the draw along. I wasn't really competing.
That's
You're
fine.
here now,
think
so you
we're
can
really
be on it.
competing.
No, you're competing now.
There you go. There is some really good stuff tonight. I don't know, dude. It's got to be rough. Although I think Eric is edging it though, man. That Witch King is badass, Eric.
I like edging.
Thank you, sir.
And I wish I was gonna do Angmar, but like the movie version is not as cool as like the Bakshi version or even the game version.
See,
So
I'd
they're
rather
almost-
see Rabbit do this because he could have done it painterly like, and it would have looked a lot better.
It would have been very different. Yeah, this is more of a comic book drawing, right?
Hey,
That's what he does. That's Eric's thing, isn't it?
It
I don't
is.
do
He's a
comic
comic book
stuff.
dude.
I mean, I can do anime, but I just don't do it very often.
He's got issue number 4 of the Zombified World of Oz coming out in April. He said.
March. I think I'm going to go for March this time. I usually do
sweet,
April, though.
dude.
You're correct, though. And actually, I'm expanding it in the fall, too, to Zombie-Full Adventures.
Ooh,
To
Zombie-Full
expand
Adventures.
the universe and tell the story of a 50-year-old U.S. Marshal, Tom Sawyer, having to deal with the zombies left over from Dorothy, leaving them in Kansas.
Oh, dude, that's
heck yeah.
that's a clever TM. That's a clever idea.
Thank you.
Actually, I like that idea. That's a good job, dude. Very nice.
Good book. I like the Zombie-Full World of Oz books.
Yeah, it's
I'm
interesting.
very
Yeah.
pleased with them.
Gabby's really gone out today, man. She's put a lot of effort into this picture here.
I was trying because the description says that he's like very like he has a joyful face. So I was trying so hard. I was like, man, I don't want to give him like a skeezy smile and like,
Nope,
heh,
he's joyful.
like he's up to no good.
You captured it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know
My
that's
pen is
interesting.
dying.
Well, that's the interesting thing about Tolkien. His descriptions, if you look at it, from afar, it's like, well, it's not very good, but yet it is. It's always been a weird thing with Tolkien. He's not that descriptive, but yet it works out in the end.
Yeah, he lets your
Yeah,
imagination do a
His
lot of the
descriptions
work
aren't
a lot of
good,
times.
but they are.
Well, no,
they
you,
are.
you get what I mean.
hmm
Yeah, totally.
Not in particular, no, but okay.
There's a lot of using your imagination, which I think plays into
Yeah.
thinking how good of a descriptive writer he is. He's not that descriptive. I mean, he's descriptive on like the forest, but you
He
go,
loves trees.
Yeah, he
tell
loves
me what
trees.
Morgoth looks like, because I had to do the freaking research to figure out what Morgoth looked like.
Yeah. No,
Well,
it's an interesting thing with him. Where if you
and then
take
it gets like a little bit weird. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I think it
Go
looks
ahead.
good.
I'm just a co-host. No big deal. Just go ahead.
Oh, no.
Talk right
No, it gets
over
it
me.
gets really weird because I don't know how like what you guys think of this, but like I'm kind of like the Tolkien friends that my friends who are Tolkien fans are like on the girl side of the fandom.
Mhm.
There's a little bit of a difference
Is
in
there?
like what their priorities are. Yes, there is a difference in
Definitely
priorities.
huge difference.
For example, like some of them talk about what their favorite portrayals of like Anatar are, or like what is it, Myron and Morgoth and some of the elves, and like, oh my gosh, they like argue about like, no, Glorfindel should have straight blonde hair. No, he should have curly blonde hair. Just stop it.
I think the thing
I
where
like
Tolkien
it.
was strongest was his the depth of the lore of what he's creating.
Yeah, his world building.
I mean, this guy he had entire dynasties mapped out, and whole family trees, and the whole history of it, and you only got to see snippets of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what really engaged a lot of fans, was the fact that there was this lore. And this is kind of the same way with George R.R. Martin. George R.R. Martin often says that he's more into like the minor details of like, what was the tax policy, what was their financial state, or all this other stuff. But the reality is, he delves just as deep into the lore and less into sort of the minutia of things as Tolkien. But nobody sees that.
Well, yeah, but be fair, Martin, he is far more descriptive. You know exactly
he
what
is.
the person looks like, the type of clothing they have on, even the leather of the glove. He's far more descriptive than Tolkien is. Way more.
Well, and the other thing too is that his writing, I think tends to be a little bit more folksy, where it's not as flowery as Tolkien's was. Tolkien's is very flowery. It's very sort of it's based in that sort of romantic area. Yeah, poetic.
Yeah.
He mimics remember, he's a linguist. He actually studies all these languages and creates languages, and he's in love with the Eddas and the Anglo-Saxon rhythms that are lost at this point, almost lost even in his time, and he brings them back to life with this rhythm that he speaks with. And we consider it plural because we don't hear it in our own rhythms. But if you go back to the King James Bible, actually, if you want to hear that rhythm again, there's this rhythm of triplets that shows up, where I want to believe you and I must believe you, but I cannot believe you because I have not that faith. That's sort of that feel that comes out, that we say that's plural because we don't recognize it as much in our own speech speech nowadays, but it's part of that English experience. And he was trying to actually give it a revival at that point. And so he brings that back to life, and we consider it floral. And it's just the way he's writing it that's bringing that memory of English as it was back to life.
Yeah, but also he gets very
Beautiful.
much into the descriptions, things being like a mist. He will describe the mists and the breaking of the how the sun breaks over the horizon, all those types of things that I think are that really sort of it really kind of, it's entertaining to read. It's something that that you can look at and recognize it right away as being something very very well thought out and beautiful. So but even at the same time, I also like Martin's sort of less. I wouldn't say it's less flowery, but it's like, I call it folksy. It's he uses certain phrases over and over again, and it's not as I don't think it's as it doesn't concentrate as much on the actual language.
Right.
So I personally like both, but I just think it's interesting that George R.R. Martin kind of does the same thing as Tolkien while saying that he doesn't.
Well, he's clearly influenced by him, right?
Oh yes, huge, and Lovecraft too.
Mhm.
Huge, a lot
Yeah,
of
big
Lovecraft there.
influence. Another one would be the books that I'm reading right now, the Tad Williams books.
Mhm.
He actually is a huge fan of those Dragonbone. What is Memory, Thorn, and Sorrow? I think is the name of the book series.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying it. It's the first time I've picked them up. I've wanted to read them for years, but
Yeah. Well, Rosa was commenting on the rhythmic nature of the incredibly well translated King James Bible. Lord Bacon certainly put some great poetic aspects into it. Although I do think I prefer the poetic rhythm of the Septuagint more. But he did a good job, I think.
Sir Francis Bacon.
Yeah, he's the
we
one
can
that
pull out
translated the Bible, King James Bible. Yeah.
AKA
in fact,
William
the
Shakespeare,
Bay Bible is
allegedly.
Okay,
actually
William
considered to be the
Shakespeare.
Yeah. The Bay Bible actually is also another one that's actually a masterpiece
Oh my
of
god.
if you're listening to rhythms of English, is also influential in Tolkien's work as well, and that
Yeah.
has its own special flavor.
No, Tolkien is an absolute master. I remember watching a documentary, and they started the documentary off saying that how did a little known dean at Oxford become world famous? I'm like, you fucker. Dean at
Right.
Oxford, little known? Are you kidding me? Sorry,
Yeah,
I do apologize for my language.
he did some sort of I think it was the translation. His translation of Beowulf is, I guess,
It's really good.
considered
yeah, you're right.
the gold standard.
Yeah, no, I think it is. There's been a couple of more recent translations that are pretty good, but yeah, no, I mean Tolkien, he's a very impressive human, dude.
Yeah. They had a movie. I really liked watching that movie on.
I thought the movie was really good.
Yeah.
Beowulf, which version?
No. There's a movie
Tolkien.
called Tolkien.
The Tolkien film.
Oh, yeah, I
There's
didn't
a
see that. I wanted to
butterfly.
see that. I know
No,
they
it's
did a
just-
Howard film, but that was
Yeah, I haven't seen that
different.
one. They had I managed to catch it. I was on a business trip, and I managed to catch it. I think when I got in from my plane trip, so I managed to watch it and then go to dinner. I thought it was a very good movie, and it covered a lot of the aspects of his life. So, guy had a bit of a rough life early on.
Yeah, well, they're in that wartime, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan, I love your Urukai here, dude. That is really cool.
Thanks.
He's definitely coming for bear, dude. Well, guys, we got like 4 minutes left. So you guys, looks like everyone's pretty much done. But any wrapping up you want to do, get on that. Once again, hopefully you guys have drawn along. Just throw that on the Twitter at #DNQFE, or you can drop it on the Discord, and the link's right there in front of you. Jeff was so kind to drop that for you. Jeff, of course,
Yes.
has created the straw poll, and we will be dropping that when we call it here. And then we will show you the art real clearly again, and then we'll go and take a look at the draw along stuff.
Yeah, I'm just a straw poll jockey. That's all.
That's
I am.
right. That's your
That's okay. I don't mind. I'll sit in the dark.
You know, Andrew, I'm looking at your piece, and I'm getting real Samurai Jack vibes, dude.
Yeah, I mean, when you go and study animation, you learn all these really weird ways to bend characters, and I find that there's a lot of Doug to Napal in there as well. I basically grew up on Doug.
Yeah, Doug's cool.
And so Gendy, Doug, all those classic animators and styles that you can think of, I try to slip in, which is funny because I usually don't draw this kind of a way when I'm doing a normal story. Like my comic book doesn't look anything like this, but
I thought that when I looked at your comic, I was like, yeah, but that doesn't look like what you did on Crows.
Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah, I
It's
like to mess around.
completely different.
We haven't had
Cool.
Doug
No,
on
it's nice
here in a
to-
real long time, Eric. We should get him back.
I haven't known talk to Doug in a while either. But I think he's busy doing NFTs like everybody else. So.
Well, probably.
I think so.
He's got a good sense of humor. I enjoy talking to him.
Oh yeah, he's a nice guy, definitely.
I would love to hear more from Jenny Tartakovsky.
I've never spoken to him.
I would love to hear him say stuff. Does anybody keep up with him? Like, does he actually do any podcasts or anything?
Don't
He's
know.
kind of a quiet dude, from what I know. I've tried to find stuff, but I don't know. He's kind of quiet.
He was very, very creative and successful back in the 90s, though.
Yeah, cartoons I watched back in the day.
Piss.
And his Star Wars stuff was really good too. And they were just shorts. Man, they hyped up. So much hype.
Shorts were better than some of the other stuff they were releasing. That's for sure.
Well, we got
Wow,
about
Eric.
a minute left, guys. So we're getting close to ending here. Of course, it looks like everyone's done anyway. Some really cool stuff. I love how Rabbit has decided to let some of the canvas come through. That's neat. Rosa's got her piece done. Rosa, if you could take a photograph of that and throw it on so we can see it more clearly, please.
I'm really hoping I can get in on all of a sudden my phone decided to log me out. I'm trying to remember my passcode. I'm like,
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Ooh, very, very nice. All right, so we're going to call it here. Thank you guys very much for coming in and watching, and thanks to all the artists, of course, and your great work. Some beautiful stuff here today. But you can put your pencils and erasers and stylus and then whatever it is, put it down. Put it down. Stop it.
No.
I see you, Gabby. Stop it.
Stop it. Stop it.
There's a slight delay. I'm sorry.
Oh, is that what that was? All right. But anyway, let's take a look at the art here, and some really good stuff. Jeff going to help us with his critiquing because that's what he does. Okay.
Well, my problem is I'm not getting people's. It's not coming through. I'm just getting the little bouncy boxes.
Really?
So.
Oh,
yeah.
well, that's okay. I'll handle it then. But Andrew here has done a very comical piece where Gandalf says, "You want to pass, bro?" You know, he's fronting, he's chesting up, he's putting the chest out there.
You know what this
for
style
you.
reminds me of?
What's that?
Give me a second here. Where is that? Is it Blue? That guy always does like the animated ones.
Blue Moon cartoon.
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Blue
Blue
Moon.
Moon.
Oh,
Okay.
a little bit maybe.
That's the kind of.
Yeah. Blue Moon's more stylized, but I see your point. But I think it's great, Andrew. It's funny.
Thank you.
It's interesting. And of course, we all know that's what Gandalf looks like underneath the robes.
Right?
Yeah.
He's got, yeah.
Yeah, we all know. Yeah. And
Willie.
I actually like the way that Peter Jackson handled that whole Balrog fight. Actually, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I like the
Such an
flashback
amazing
bit in the
scene.
second movie.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah. But all right, well there you go. If you guys like what Andrew has done, please vote for him in the straw poll. Coming down here next, Jeff, we have ourselves Eric and his. Wow, that's a really good Witch King, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
I think you just got my
Appreciate it,
vote.
guys.
Yeah, it is badass, dude.
I haven't seen it.
It's badass, dude. It's perfect, actually. And
I think I was going to get it done in 2 hours.
you did.
I
though. You
didn't
got
get
a
mine
color
done. I didn't start mine till half past.
Awesome piece there.
Where is it?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it on YouTube because easier.
Oh, it'll be up there in a
Oh,
second.
yeah.
Then.
Oh, dude, yeah, the lighting. That's what makes that.
Yeah,
The
it's
silhouette.
Yeah, the lighting is some of the best
lighting is what
lighting
does it.
I've seen out of you.
Yeah, dude.
Appreciate
I've
it.
never seen you paint like that in the background.
Yeah,
Normally it's all
That's-
cell shaded. That looks awesome.
I think the
freaking
whole thing would look
fantastic.
great painted if I could paint.
Paint it, dude. Just use that as your base and then paint on top of it.
Might
Try
have to
it.
try that.
There you go.
Because just use different layers at the top and just try things. That's how I do. I mean, that's to say, make your own brushes as well. I've made my own oil brushes and
Just
stuff.
go watch Bob Ross.
I know.
Got some
We were talking
Death
about-
Dealer vibes. I love it.
I was going to say we were talking about Frazetta. This has a big Frazetta
Yeah, it
feel
does. It's
Yeah,
to
got
the
it.
Death
like
Dealer
it's got
for
that
sure.
triangle
Right.
kind of like style of like composition as well. Yeah, dude, go get some Frazetta and use them as reference and just try and paint. Use smaller
I'll try
brush
to do
strokes.
it.
Don't
Well, I
big
use
brush
this. I
strokes.
use this picture as the reference for the horse and everything.
You did. Well, that's cool then. But then paint. Yeah, man, give it a go, dude. It'd be nice to see you try something like that.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome.
You have to realize though, painting like that takes a while.
Yeah.
I
Can't do it in a
imagine,
couple
yeah.
hours. That's the one downside.
Well, if you guys like what Eric has done, please vote for him in the straw poll. Let's move down here. We have young Gabby. Hi, Gabby.
Glorfindel looks so happy.
He does.
Like the
as he
perspective on the
should.
sword. I hate drawing that kind of perspective on swords.
Perspective.
It's a little. If I look at it too hard, the sword is a little wonky. I couldn't decide
Ah,
on
it
what
looks
type
alright.
of sword. It's Claymore-ish.
The
Ish.
top end is a bit wonky.
Yeah.
The bottom end is fine.
You
But
You could
he
do some-
is great.
It's messed
It's
up.
got a bit of a
could
curve
do
to it,
some
let's just
serious
say that.
decapitation with that thing,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, no, that's true. But I think
It's the
a
most
great
human
visual.
elf sword I've seen, I think.
Ah,
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's a great
like it.
picture.
Yeah, it is. And you
Yeah.
did capture his happiness. I think it's great. It's not creepy at all.
Are you going to watercolor it?
Yeah, I'll probably put a watercolor wash and probably draw him again in the future because I always struggle the first time I draw somebody. I'm like, I don't know what decisions I want to make with this.
Hmm.
I get that. Yeah, I understand. Eric has that problem all the time.
I have all kinds of problems.
Yes, you
Kind of
do.
easier just to get drunk and draw whatever.
Yeah. But see, Eric, Eric solves his problems by manscaping.
Always comes back to the same shit.
Solves a lot of problems.
It does, I guess.
Mm.
Yes. Yes, I prefer to keep my pubes. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, Chester braids his.
I really didn't need to know that there, Chester.
Hey, they're not gray yet. That's a good thing.
I think I
Aw.
speak for all of us, and that we really don't want to know about your hair.
Okay. Okay. I was just
Thank
making the
you.
comparisons. But if you like what Gabby's done, please vote for the straw poll because it is really good. It's beautiful. Coming down here, we have Adrian, Mr. Miracle, and he's oh, that's nice, dude. That's an interesting take on the Witch King there.
No, it's not the Witch
That's
King.
Morgoth, my friend.
Oh, Morgoth.
Yes.
Oh,
We
I'm
had this
sorry.
conversation.
I
And his
apologize.
hammer Gron.
He's got the hammer.
Yeah, man, yeah, because Morgoth's freaking massive.
Yeah, I didn't see the little person in the beginning.
Yeah.
But
I like that.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah. Very, very cool. Very Cimmerillion, which is neat. So awesome, Adrian. You did that pretty quick,
I'm gonna
dude.
Try to. I'm gonna try to finish it. It's not even finished.
He had skull boots. That's all you need. And he's got the Arabic
yeah.
points on there, the Persian points on there. That's important. Yeah. But of course, the Eastern peoples are his servants, so makes sense.
He probably
Anyway,
hands off his boots and says, "Make those skulls shine."
that's right.
Or else.
If you like what Adrian has done, please vote for him in the straw poll, guys. Coming down here, we have Rabbit, and Ian Holm. It's perfect. I don't know what else to say, Jeff.
As always.
Yeah, no.
I think it's perfect.
Excellent.
Very nice.
Like an hour and a half.
I love the grain of the canvas still on the
Yeah,
picture.
I'm trying to get better and better trying to simulate real traditional painting in Photoshop. It's getting there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can, I see that you still have a little more work to do, especially on the right side of his face. But yeah, dude, it's
yeah,
awesome.
there's a lot of work to do, dude. Yeah. I just kind of didn't bother. I just kind of sketched.
You got to pull that 3D back around a little bit, but I know you will. You always do. It's freaking awesome, dude. So I don't know. Is he on the straw poll or no?
Yeah, he's on the straw poll.
Yeah, vote for him. There you go. All right.
Vote for what you want. Don't
vote
listen
for
to
vote for
who you want.
No, my vote's going to Eric. I told you. I think Eric killed it. Rosa, you're sitting there. Would you like to hold up in front of the camera and show us your piece?
Actually, I have to go back and make sure I can actually see what I'm doing. I accidentally got logged out at that point. It made me like dump myself, and now I can't even see what I'm doing. So.
Oh, there it is.
I got it on the draw along.
Wow, that's not as cute as I thought it was going to be.
No, this is Bilbo when he comes up behind Frodo, and Frodo is going to take his ring, and Bilbo wants it back. And one of the most stunning things about this whole image, to me in the book, was turning into a monster.
Yep.
He starts to become Gollum.
Yeah, no,
he
that
actually becomes
that's true.
Addicted to the ring and addicted to everything about it, and Frodo recognizes not only his uncle, but he also recognizes himself later in it. He dreads becoming this person, and that's what starts to happen to Frodo. And so I thought it was just such a neat little. I know it's not the biggest action thing, but that was the first thing that came to mind for me, and it was one of the things that really stuck out to me as
cool
a reader. Was just that devastating part. And if you've ever loved somebody who's been addicted to alcohol, drugs, or whatever, that whole image in the book of him becoming this monster that he's so afraid of. I love the way that Tolkien makes it into something that we can recognize in ourselves.
And they believe they kept that in the movie. I thought that was one of the things I thought they did really well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
actually
neat.
Made it just to where it was so amazing.
Well, hold up the picture again.
I can't see myself, so I don't know if I'm doing it right or not.
You are. It looks fine. There you go. Down a little bit. Down a little bit. There you go. Perfect.
Very nice.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Like
I don't know
the distortion
why.
of the monster.
Yeah, no, he become a Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to watch out for them those
small.
squatches, man. Small
Very small
Sasquatches, they're
Sasquatch.
dangerous, dude. But it's awesome, Rosa. Thank you very much.
I'm 4'11", so I have a real affinity for hobbits. So.
Oh my God, you are
4'11"?
little. Yeah.
I am a hobbit. That's what I am.
You're shorter than me.
You would come up to my belly button.
That explains why you're playing a halfling in the.
Yeah, it does.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. If you guys like what Rosa has done, please vote for her in the straw poll. Coming down here, we have Alan from the Howl Comics, and he's done a very good Uruk-hai. You've been real quiet today, Alan.
I don't want to talk over anybody, and everyone here is way more versed in Tolkien than I am. So it's like, what am I going to do? I don't want to say something shitty.
Well, you could have turned a Tolkien character into a Mexican.
I did a prison Zoidberg last night.
And that Zoidberg you did last night was fantastic.
That was great.
Dude, your Mexican Spider-Man is forever epic, dude.
It's freaking epic.
Yeah.
That was freaking
It is
epic.
so cool.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was showing
Mexican
people it.
Uruk-hai.
It was like, look at this.
A Mexican American.
I voted. I voted for you last night too.
I voted for you last night.
Well, this Urukai is great, dude. Action in action coming at you. It's really, really cool. So if you guys like that, please vote for him in the straw poll. And then I do believe last but certainly not least is our Banana Man. He has 2
Oh,
bananas.
we also have Elrod.
Okay, hey,
Elrodimus.
Chester?
Oh, I'll go check that on the other side. Yeah.
Hey, the camera on my iPad really stinks, Chester, and so I want you to go to the General tab on the Discord because I uploaded my drawing there.
Fair enough. I'll do that now. All right, I got to go find Elrod's anyway. So here it is. All righty.
Oh,
And
that's a
then when
good
you're done with
Gollum.
that, Chester, I have a joke to show, but I want to show my artwork first.
Okay. All righty. Well, there. Oh, that is a good Gollum, dude. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was wondering what he was going to do with the body, but then throwing that rock in there is perfect, dude. That is nice, man. That is a really good Gollum.
I like those
Now that
hands.
you've done that, I'll show you what I did just as a joke with that because I realized while I'm drawing Gollum, if you look at the Green Goblin,
Yeah.
what do you see? It kind of looks like Gollum.
That's true.
Let me see.
And we know
here.
Rabbit didn't care to draw Spider-Man last week, so we wants to draw Rabbitses or Spider-Man, but Rabbitses hates it.
That's true. It does work. Green Goblin certainly works, dude. Old Gobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless
So,
it's William Dafoe, and then, well, you got to do something else. But yeah, that's awesome. All right, cool. And if you guys like what Mike has done, please vote for him in the straw poll. Let me show that again real quick. That is a good Gollum, dude. It is spot on. Excellent. Let me go see if I can find Elrod's here.
Elrod's in Draw Along. He's got 2 of them.
All righty.
Naturally.
So
That's
More
slacking.
than one.
Slacking. He used to be on it.
He doesn't have his usual 12 or something.
well, here is one from Elrod, and this is that's a nice scratchy Gandalf, man. I like it. That is really cool, Elrod. Very nice. Very nice. And there's a bunch of stuff in the. Well, geez, man, there's a lot of draw along today.
Lord of the Rings is the best thing.
Lord of the Rings is cool. That is true.
In
Let's see here. He's got another one here. Oh, very nice. Oh, I don't know who this character is. Someone help me out.
That's
Where are we sharing your screen?
That's Rohan.
Oh,
Which one? I
One of the
can't see the
Rohirrim.
screen.
is
Yeah,
this
I'm
the
not
one
sharing.
played by?
I should come back.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Livin.
apologize.
His name is
I don't know
escaping
his
me
name right now.
Aemir. Is it Aemir?
Aemir.
Yes.
How did anyone else remember it's Aemir? I know
Yeah, that's Aemir.
but yeah, that's got to be Aemir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the king, man. There's so many freaking cool characters. That's the trouble. We could do this again next week, and everyone will draw something completely different.
Yeah, that is
That's
true.
right.
That is true. Yeah.
I was gonna try to draw the spider.
Oh yeah, Shelob. That would have been
Oh,
awesome.
that would have been really
No,
cool.
not
dude.
Sheila. I was gonna try to draw
Goliath.
on Goliath. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Oh, I see.
Oh, the old
yeah.
one.
Well, either or would have been great.
And Elrod has a message. He says, "Vote for Eric." Fair enough. Fair enough.
Thanks,
Fair enough.
Elrod.
All right. All right, guys. Go ahead and go and vote. Jeff has already dropped the straw poll, so you guys can get that done. And whilst you're doing that, I'm going to take a look at the draw along stuff. Might as well stick here in the Discord since I'm here already. We got something from Sheldon. This is a very, very buff Gollum. And don't mess with him. I mean, damn, look at that. That is interesting, dude. I like it. It's so inhuman.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Very nice, Sheldon. We got one from Amy here, who's supposed to be doing her schoolwork. You doing?
Me in the show.
So cute. She does cute so well.
Yeah.
Where's it?
Nice.
It's poor little Frodo and Master Frodo and Samwise. Very nice.
So
Good job,
cute.
Amy. It is
I
cute.
like
Yeah.
Devastated. Their little faces.
Yeah, it is. She does it really well. We got a couple here from We got a couple here from Blue Moon, I guess, but this. Oh, I see. That's his real name. I won't dox you, Blue Moon. I won't dox you. Yeah. Okay. Golem has him some fishes. So creepy, dude.
I like that golem. I really like that golem.
Hey,
That is cool, dude. Yeah, that is cool. And then we have Treebeard, as we should.
Oh, I
And
forgot about
he's
Treebeard.
putting it on some Oz people there. He has killed Dorothy and the straw man. That's how you know. So you like stealing those
he's
apples,
even got the
huh?
Scarecrow's gun.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. That is awesome. So technically, it's not Treebeard. But
Have you
it
seen the ones on Twitter yet?
Yeah, and
There's
he's got a
I'm
couple
gonna
on
get to it.
Twitter.
There's a couple of different ones.
Squeeze out their entrails. That's what that looks like is falling down there.
Yes, entrails. Yes, death.
Scary.
Death. But that's awesome, Blue Moon. Very, very nice. I'm not 100% sure if this is supposed to be part of this one. I can't. I think it is. This is from JD. I'm not sure what that is. Someone's got to help me because I don't know.
I think that's a crown, a Sauron type crown. I can't read it. Hang on.
Where's
I'm really the Dark Lord Sauron,
bub?
not some filthy
Unless
mutant
you
with
want
a
to
free-
I
three
think
claws.
it's supposed to be Wolverine intimidating Sauron, or I don't know.
Yeah, I
Or
don't
it was
know.
Witch King, the Witch King, the Dark Lord. Who can tell?
I'm confused where the head and where the body and the legs and join.
The most important part is the fact that you can feel his sorrow. Look at it. Feel his sorrow.
Well, if I was
That's
a
a definite-
pretzel, I'd be upset too.
There's a definite booster-esque quality to it.
I wonder if Bruce is going to come on next week when we do Vestry. I would find out. I'm going to message
That's a
him.
good
to find out.
question.
I'll message him. I'll ask him. He'll reply. I don't think so, but he might do.
Let me check the general and see if anyone dropped in there. Nope. All
We have
righty.
some on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm going over Twitter now. So let me go ahead and just do that
I
here.
popped mine into the draw along. It should have shown up there, but there's no way to tell.
QFE. Oh, I think you're supposed to put a hashtag in front of that, aren't you? Yeah, that's right. All righty.
You'd think you'd know by now.
I got it. I got this. All right. So, all right. Let me come down here. We saw those. Oh, there's quite a bit. All right. Sweet. All right. So,
There's loads.
here is Jason Gonzalez's Gandalf the Grey. That's pretty damn good, Jason.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. That's pretty good, man. That's awesome. Yeah, Lord of the Rings certainly inspires people, man. It is cool. You know,
There's so much to do too.
Yeah, no, there is. There's a lot of choices, but several times during the show, the Lord of the Rings MMO has been mentioned, and I played that game to death. But one of my favorite things to do in that game was to grow tobacco. Because
you can do everything like that.
And the different types of tobacco give off different smoke rings when you smoke it.
Yeah, they do. The dragon stuff, the
it's
general
cool,
old
dude.
Toby. There's all sorts. My guild
So you
is
became
called Old
George
Toby.
Washington.
Well, I played a character called Little Shanks. He was a Hobbit assassin.
Sounds like a rapper.
Well, that was the joke, right? Little Shanks is for me historically is making a reference to Edward Longshanks, of course, but no one's going to get that. But the Little Shanks thing people get.
You're right on that one, Chester.
Yeah, thank you. So I was mixing it up with the old and the new.
Longshanks.
I was being clever. No comments. All right,
Stick
fine.
to yachting.
Oh, wasn't Edward Shanks King of England?
Yes,
Edward Longshanks.
Yes.
Edward Longshanks.
That was the joke.
Norman.
Shanks a lot.
Get that reference.
There we go. There's the how we know.
Yeah. Here we go. Another piece from Blue Moon. He put it over here instead. Geez, look at that, dude. Look at that.
Just
Talking about the blue wizard,
good.
or the wizard,
So
the generic wizard.
Yeah.
It is so awesome, dude.
Oh, come back on the freaking
Even
show.
in clothes, they have expression.
Well, there's a lot of emotion in his pictures. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is awesome, Blue Moon.
Very
that is
nice.
awesome.
He's come back on the show.
Ooh, we got Ian Lammy, who I do believe is Artful Thinking, same person, I believe.
Doxing people?
Oh, sorry.
That's a good pick.
I didn't say anything. But your friend Gabby is a pretty good artist.
Oh, look at the dragon cloud
he
up there.
also draws
The
comics.
dragon
I love
star.
the dragon cloud in the background.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
nice. I like the melted beard. It works, man.
Yep.
Yeah. So nice Gandalf
Very nice,
there,
Ian.
Good job, Ian.
Very good job. Ian is welcome on the show,
You should come on.
He should.
Well, I mean,
Eric's
I
cheating.
give.
Not
Is this
cheating
a
on
Gabby
promoting the
friend?
show. Look at that.
That is Eric's piece is so Frazetta.
It is awesome.
Look, so
Because he stole the pose.
I straight up stole the pose.
Yeah, that is awesome. It is awesome.
I mean, I'm taking the piss.
Very
It is
good.
really good. Yeah.
It is
I
very
wanna
good. Let
see
me
it
come over here
painted,
and
though, like I
check.
say.
Just make sure. Okay, I got everything. All right, very good. It very nice stuff in the draw along, guys. Thank you all very much. Of course, this is Mike's. He's on the straw poll, but Elrod is also on the straw poll. Some really good stuff, and we have some other cool stuff. Although Amy kind of takes it with the super cute Frodo and Sam. It's super cute. But oh god, that Gollum's awesome, dude. I think my favorite is this one though, right here.
So good.
That is so good, dude. Alrighty. Well, let me come back over the other side, and I have to vote now, so I'm going to do that. So let me bring this off, and there's the straw poll. Okay. Bring this over here. All right. Let me see. Well, we know who I'm going to vote for. So, all right.
I haven't voted for you.
So I voted.
Oh wait, yeah, I did. I'm lying.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Let's take a look what we got. We have 2 banana Sauron's. Is that supposed to be ophthalmologist? Mike.
Ophthalmologist.
Yeah. Okay. Hal, the Gollum rocks or else comics. Very nice. Rosa, Frodo rocks de Oro. Okay.
Eric cheated.
AF Pretty Boy Aragon LM. Okay. Mr. Your Friendly Neighborhood Orc Miracle. That's perfect. Elrodimus, I limber up on Lord of the Rings, guys. Flash. That's fair. That is fair. One Doom Rabbit, you shall not pass, Rabbit. Gabby's Samwise Rocks. Very nice. And Eric Oz was better Hawkins. Let me see if I can pronounce her name correctly, because I always do it wrong. Gabrielle Geske.
Thank you. You did good.
Thank
10 out of 10.
Very nice. Very
Good
nice.
vote for Eric. He doesn't need any more votes.
Holy.
Yeah,
Wow.
Eric's definitely winning. I get it though, because that thing is
Eric's
epic.
cheated. No, it is really good. Yeah,
By
no,
a
it's really good.
landslide.
I can't compete. I can't compete at all. It's too beautiful.
Well, Eric has won this show many times.
I've won over on the fan edition a couple times, or the pro edition.
You have. You are a pro slayer.
But I was accused of cheating.
Pro Slayer.
At least once.
You were. That was only once,
No.
right?
That was once. Yes.
Mike always accuses everybody. of
That was the
cheating.
first time I went over there, like
Yes.
3 years ago. Good grief.
To be fair,
Yeah.
though, in the
I've been
beginning,
loads of
I got a
times.
lot of complaining emails. Well, not emails. DMs, I guess what you call it. I got in the beginning. I got a lot of complaining DMs, and then they stopped. So I guess he got used to it.
Yeah, because we always all beat him.
Yeah.
I've won like 3 or 4 times, and I beat him last. He didn't even get a vote last night.
Aw,
I saw that.
poor Mike.
Aw.
It was fucking funny.
Which is
But,
interesting
you know,
because
it
Mike
is
is an outstanding artist.
it is
He is.
it's basically it's a running joke that he rarely ever wins his own contest.
Is that, like,
So
when he puts the effort in and does an actual hand-drawn thing, he normally does really well, but recently he doesn't give a shit. That's the
Yeah, fair.
problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
true.
He's just doing monkeys
you know,
for
even
whatever
so, I mean,
sake.
he's an excellent artist,
Excellent.
but
yeah.
but there's just every now and again there's it's like it's like lightning in a bottle, and they'll nail it just right. Like Kevin Sharp last night nailed it with merging his dragon guard with Futurama.
It was
and,
good. I voted for him. No, I
and
voted
it
for
just
Hal online.
exactly. Yeah, I voted for Howell because I like.
Good. I like that
But
one.
it was just one of those things where it was, you know, he hit the nail on the head, and so everybody went to it.
Well, you know who used to be really good at getting the vote was John Malin. He knew, and
Yeah.
he wasn't putting his best effort. I've seen much better art from John, but he knew how to get that attention by the cool factor, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
John was good at that, but he was too concerned with wolf milk. So sorry, Rosa, that was a really deep sideways. I apologize for that. Yeah, it's okay. Anyway, yeah,
You're not wrong, though.
I'm not wrong. I'm not. Yeah, I know. Anyway, I'm going to call it here. We got 20 votes, which is awesome. Thank you guys very much. Thank you to Mike and Alan and Rosa and Andrew and Adrian and Rabbit. You guys are awesome. Some really cool art today. Appreciate it. Lord of the Rings is always fun. But our top three, of course, in third place, we got Elrod. In second place, we got Gabby. But our winner, by a freaking landslide of epic proportions. There's so many good pieces, but it is cool, dude. Is Eric. Oz was better Hawkins. I agree.
Oh, cool. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Very nice. Very, very
Yay.
nice. So claps for Eric and everybody. Very nice. Claps.
Yay.
Very, very nice.
I'm clapping.
Good job, Eric.
I'm
You are,
clapping.
and you should be clapping, sir. And Elrod has come
Clap,
back
clap.
to us from the dead. Hi, Elrod.
Yay.
Yay.
You got third place, Elrod. Good for you, dude.
Congratulations.
And my battery came back on, so that's nice.
It's good when they just decide to come back on. It is. It is.
Just gotta lick the tip.
Excellent piece here, Eric. Awesome. Does anyone know what Mike's doing next week? What the theme is?
I haven't got a clue. He'll message. I asked him.
I won't mention Frazetta because I think we've said that enough today.
Presetta.
Never say Rosetta enough.
The subject will undoubtedly be last minute.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I messaged him
Always
last
last
night,
minute.
I didn't know what he was doing, and he just all of a sudden it was future. I'm like, for fuck's sake.
It'll be Lord of the Rings.
That's
Yeah,
why.
maybe, possibly.
That's why I didn't watch the show because I didn't know there was a show.
We, on the other hand, are far more organized. Rabbit, next
You
week.
mean I'm far more organized?
Yes, that's right. We. So next week we're doing Vestry, right?
When he says
Vestry. We should have
Vestry,
Shabby and
Rabbit.
Pickles on next week.
Yeah.
Doing Vestry.
And I hope everybody comes back because we love doing these character stuff, but having people on promoting their comic books is a big part of this show. It was why the show was created. So I really hope all the artists come back and get involved with that because we really do want to support each other and we want to promote each other. And anybody who's in the chat now, in the panel now, or in the chat, if you have books coming out, let us know. We will run a show for you. Absolutely.
I'll promo Scabby's and Jacob and Pickles book. I mean, I've been invested in that book since the beginning.
Yeah.
And out of many of the other books that I've backed, they've never let me down, and they've always delivered. So.
Yep. No, they do.
What about Wonderful World of Oz?
And this time it is being fulfilled
Zombie
by
World
the
of
guy
Oz
that
is another book
fulfills
that's
Zombie
never let me
World of
down.
Oz.
That's correct.
That is true. Eric is definitely timely, and Eric is fulfilling for this book. So that's cool. And, Pickles and Shabby are fun guys. They're nice guys anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And Shabby's art has it's incredible the level of improvement in such a short period of time. I mean, just a couple
Yeah,
of
it's
years.
pretty fun watching him
They're
improve the
sharpie.
way he's improved.
Yeah, it's neat, dude. But anyway, thank you all. Definitely come back for that next week and support them. We want to see them have some success. But other than that, it's time for anyone
one more
who
thing.
has anything to shill or say. So go ahead, Eric.
Yes, you need to share Elrod's screen and tell us if that is familiar to you.
Okay.
Is that an ear?
That's okay. Fine. That would
No.
be. That's referencing me. I told you it was an accident. You guys are never gonna let me live that down, huh?
He found the actual ear.
Well, we're
Good
I
job,
gave it
Elrod.
back to him, and he went and had it sewed back on at the hospital.
It's very easy to sew back on an ear. Just saying.
One day it'll be in the
seemingly. We were all sitting in the parking lot, and everyone had soda, so I just threw it in a soda cup. With
You
the
seem
ice.
to have a thing about
Wait,
fucking
so a
people
red
over.
Solo cup took his ear off?
No, my hand did.
You're so strong.
But that's what he
One
gets for
ear.
pointing a gun at people. You don't point guns at people.
One ear to rule them all.
Guys, the ear is human. Forgive us, divine.
That's true. That
Oh
is
my-
fair.
Unless you're Chester, then you just rip it off.
Sorry, Gabby. I would just years ago I related a story from my youth, and these guys have just keep
Another one for the necklace.
railing.
Pounced all over.
Like, Chester, you should know better than to tell us stuff.
Anything,
That's
yeah.
fair.
Don't tell us anything.
Well, it's an
Know what you're
interesting
thinking? Did I rip
encounter.
off one ear or both ears?
Yeah.
I mean, look, if we're here like 10 years from now, we're still going to be bringing up yachts and ears, so just get used to it.
Yeah,
forget
fine.
the-
Yachts,
Then
ears,
nobody will
eyeballs,
understand.
and boom.
What is the name of his yacht? All Ears.
No.
The SS All Ears.
No, my boat is named Erdglam.
What does that mean?
He takes
Implication in
ears as
Japanese?
Silver arm or silver hand. It's a reference.
That sounds
That's what he uses to
really
take the ears.
homoerotic.
No, that's a reference to Nuada of the Tuatha de Danann.
What? What does Keanu Reeves have to do with anything? He wasn't even in Speed 2, dude. That was a different guy.
That is true. That I was confused for like 5 seconds. I was. Yeah.
You're like, man, he really changed.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything to talk about or sell or anything like that?
Yep.
Yeah, I do. I suppose if I'm doing well.
All right. Well, let's new people first. Andrew, go ahead.
Okay. Well, so as I mentioned last week, I have the Kickstarter campaign going on for the first volume of my comic book, Solarian Sun Volume 1.
Why don't you share
we have...
We're going to do it on Do You Hear at some point.
It will be... we have 16 days left, well, technically 15 days left of the campaign to go, and we have met the main goal, which is awesome. But the main goal only covers the printing, and I want to give people a whole bunch of free stuff and cool extra additives for the stretch goal. So if we keep it going, we can get more and more things out of it. But if you do pledge, you will get a book at this point. So I'm pretty happy with that.
That's cool.
Give me your ID,
share.
your ID information on it.
Yeah, no,
sure.
we should drop that into the chat. But go to the Kickstarter page and share it on this screen so we can look at it.
Okay.
I want to see it.
Let me do that real quick.
Well, right. So we're doing Vestry next week. I
We
suppose 15, like it's almost close. I'd say we could do his book the week after, but I don't think it'd be a bit too close.
Okay.
Would that be cool?
Yeah.
So here's
that's
here's the Kickstarter. We have 43 backers so far. 16 days ago. Tomorrow will be 15. Made the base amount of money, and if we go all the way down, we have the things. But here are the stretch goals we're on right now. Get a free lithograph that I will sign. Next up, we have a death metal sticker set.
Cool.
That will be available, and then I have 2 guest art pieces that will be coming up. This one is by the awesome Andrew Garcia, and actually the second guest art piece that will be revealed later is done by Artful Thinking, aka Ian, who's in the chat. So,
well, it's very cute.
Best
It's
friend.
a furry thing.
Hello, you young.
No, it is not a
Oh my
furry
gosh.
thing. It is a
Booster
it's
loves
based
furry
off of
things.
Thundercats. Look. I'm a product of the '90s, which means that I'm very influenced by things like Thundercats and SWAT Cats
Well, so
and
you're a
Ninja Turtle,
furry, not a
Ninja
hardcore
Turtles, and all those kinds of things. So I'm not a furry. It is more of a Thundercats love letter inspired comic book, and
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, wink,
amongst other
wink.
things. No, I leave
I see a lot
the
of Thundercats inspired things on Google Images, and they disturb me.
Yeah.
I leave the furry art to my buddy Andrew. So which is different.
Hey,
well, the
don't
girl
throw
is super
Andrew
cute.
under the bus like that.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Correct,
So
yeah.
that's what I'm shilling the most at the
Do you
moment.
want to do DNKFE for your book in?
You should.
after
2 weeks,
Vestry?
perfect. I'd leave him 2 days left, 3 days left, man. That'd be perfect.
Just let me know, and I'll put together a Google Drive that I can share in the reference and with all the characters, and we can do one of those. That'd be great.
Yeah, 2 weeks. We'll do it in 2 weeks. Next week,
2 weeks. Okay.
Vestry. 2 weeks, Solarion Sun. Perfect. Very nice.
Is that
Thank
Indiegogo?
you, Andrew.
Yay!
Thank you.
That on Indiegogo?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
Yeah, that's Kickstarter.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
I'll
thank you
get
very
the-
much,
I'll get the
Andrew.
link.
Rosa, go
Platform
ahead.
we can trust.
Yay, is it my turn? Okay. Buy my book. Okay, so I gotta get my there. Watch of the Dams, 6 of them, 6 books. Okay, so actually the 7th one is coming out. I got my character sheets put together. I got the whole thing. We did the whole overview of the universe in it and put it actually in world, so that way it doesn't just look like, it actually looks like a spy dossier. But we do have 6-book series. They're this thick. Look at how thick these are. These are words, y'all. Look at all those words. There's like almost 1 million words by the time I got finished. I was like, wow, that's a lot.
You even have art in there.
And so we just now put this out. It actually gets published over the last year. I've actually been looking at my marketing. I don't know if I want to do an indie on it or not, Indiegogo or a Kickstarter. But so we've actually put it in for the Prometheus Awards, which is the Libertarian Futurist Society. So it's a sci-fi Western. And so it's actually based on, believe it or not, actually started off as a free writing act for me. And I actually ended up writing a 6-book series on it, and it's all about freedom and being. It's probably the most unwoke science fiction you're going to read this year. So if you like woke stuff, then you probably won't like this very much, because men are men and women are women, and people are doing stuff in here. Yay! And there's guns, and there's chupacabras and barbecue and the whole 9 yards.
Ooh, barbecue.
But you just really,
You had me at barbecue.
That's right.
What was that, darling?
Oh, well, you had us at a barbecue.
Yeah, I was gonna say
There's
barbecue.
chupacabras and guns, and people are shooting at each other.
Yeah, we
And
care
all
about
kinds of
that.
stuff. If you imagine the Georgia Guidestones, have y'all ever heard about this thing? Like
Yep.
where they wiped out half the world and everybody's real excited about it, and how everybody's going to be so happy. Well, imagine if they foobarred that so bad and you had to live with it, and they ruined everything. So that is what this book actually is.
You
based
mean
on.
like
It's a
now?
dystopian- Huh? Yes.
Great reset.
Yes.
Like 2022.
I wrote this 3 years ago, and it ended up coming true.
Not hard to imagine.
So
Yeah.
that's my 6-book series. This is book number 2, Six Gun Shiva. All 6 of them are up on Amazon under R.H. Snow is actually my author name. And I've actually got some press locally, and so we're looking now, because we just put this thing out, boom, like over the last year, that she said, my publicist was like, get your content done, get it done right now, so that way we can get this book out, or this whole series out. And then she was like, get it out right now. And then when we did it, we were like, oh my gosh, what do we do with it? And so we started going in for contests. We started going in for all of the awards and stuff. And so it's kind of sort of a little scary. So pray for me, please, because I'm a little scared of doing any sort of marketing. So this is like a big deal for me. So, but yes, if you want to read the book, go to I have my webpage at watchofthedam.com, and all of my links are on there, and all the books are on there. And so, and if you want a freebie, read it. And I would love if you guys wanted to do it. We actually do have the character books and stuff. If y'all want to do something like that later, I would love to have it, because I've got a lot of really interesting and neat characters and mutant cowboys. Yay! So
Yeah,
we
that
can do
sounds
your
good. No, we'd be
projects,
happy
yeah.
to do that. Yeah.
That's awesome. That is
Yeah, it is
awesome.
cool. And
Oh,
I
we have a podcast too. We actually have the first 5 series in the series of the podcast as well, and with original music and everything. So it's all up there. So go look at it. Yay.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm so glad you let me on here because I'm not really an artist, but I just love doing this. This is fun. You get the chance to see people with real talent.
Well, no, we do get some good art here, but no, I think that's really cool, Rosa. And unfortunately, I don't really know which to advise between Indiegogo and Kickstarter when it comes to books. I don't know.
Kickstarter for any project is a much bigger platform.
Yeah,
so
I've
always go with the
taken a
bigger
look at that. I
Kickstarter,
haven't
yeah.
done it.
Well, I know if you're very mainstream comic, go
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. If you're Indiegogo, well, go Indiegogo. So awesome. Very, very
As
nice.
long as
If you never want to deliver a book, go Indiegogo because then people won't complain.
Well,
That's true. That is
yeah,
true.
you gotta
There's
fulfill the
more to
book.
do, so it's gonna be a while.
All right.
Fulfill the book.
So next is Alan, I believe.
Yo, yeah, you can sign up for The Lost Pages 2 on Indiegogo, Tales of Novatera on Indiegogo, and The Ace Volume 2 on Indiegogo. I'm working on all 3 of those books.
Nice, dude.
Oh, Boba Fett.
Nice. All right.
Boba
So
Fett.
definitely check that up as well. I know Jeff has got a thing going on. We'll get to him. We'll let him close out the show.
Yeah, I'll close
Anybody
out.
else have anything to mention or to sell or promote?
I have commissions open, but I've also got NFT commissions, customs and stuff on. What's it called? I always fucking forget. The Funky Monkey Frat House.
Frat House.
Yeah, I've got. I'm open for like NFT commissions on there at the minute.
Can you show any of those? Can you show any of your work?
The one I did, the one I've done recently, I can't do now. There was a portrait, the one I did recently. It was really good. Well, Eric's seen it, so Eric can vouch for it.
It
I
is
can't show it
gorgeous. So gorgeous.
All right.
It is
Anybody
the
else?
best
Sure,
Richard
it's not
Nixon
fair,
drawing
that's
I've
what I
ever
should-
seen. Friday through Tuesdays
Anyone?
is Lord of the
Anyone?
Rings.
Anyone?
Read along.
Yay!
Silence.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
let's-
I guess I'll close it out then. I have a book coming up that's going to be released on March 3rd. It's called The Revenant in the Tomb. It's a fantasy book, and I'm running a free promo now where if you give me your email address, I give you a free PDF copy of the book. So,
Hey, look here, I don't give many people my email address.
So
Are you
all I have to do is give you all of my personal information
again?
or just email.
Are you using Funnel, Jeff?
book funnel? No.
Okay,
I'm
you're
using
Drafter.
Yeah, I'm using Draft to Digital.
Oh, okay. I know about it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
A really awesome service.
Yeah, and the print is going to be through Ingram Spark, but that's a sensitive subject right now. So anyways, there's a link. There's a link in the chat. Go there, give me your email address, and I give you a PDF, and everybody's happy.
Sweet. Elrod, you were trying to say something?
I can't hear him.
Friday through Monday on Middle Earth Storytime, 8 p.m. Eastern, is we're doing reading through and drawing through Lord of the Rings right now. And Tuesdays is Pulp Tuesdays
I tried
John
putting
Carter
Rose's
of
link in there,
Mars,
but
and then
Jeff,
after
Elrod
that
is speaking.
it'll be something else.
Sorry.
You said Tuesday was Pulp Day.
Pulp Tuesdays, and that's
Pulp Tuesday.
right now it's John Carter of Mars or Princess of Mars, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, okay.
And after that is Up in the Air. So
All right. Well, that sounds fun, actually. Of course, Edwin is doing the reading, and he's got a great voice for such things. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I do appreciate it. And Jeff, go ahead and take us out of here, man.
Okay. Bye, guys.
I love it.
Later.
Bye.